boys? We're live. We have a whole 0 people watching us right now.
All right.
That's 5 more than last year.
Score.
You should probably share it.
Yeah.
I don't share anything.
Fuck.
Here.
Are you gonna share it? All right.
I think I'm still signed into the hub one.
Yeah, you should be.
Let's see.
There you go.
I swear to God, this looks like they got hacked. Maybe they did.
Who?
Yeah, the tweet I just sent out from the hub account.
Perfect. What is going on the fucking big screen?
All right. Live. Okay.
Hey, we're up to 6 viewers. All right. People want to watch us.
What's up, everyone? Thank
How's
you
it
for
going,
joining us.
everybody? Hey, check it out. We live. Like it, Scott. Very eloquent.
So, a rumor that just came across Twitter: Matt Miller, friend of the podcast, friend of the site, he's saying that Green Bay is trying to trade up, and their target is Minkah Fitzpatrick. That really does impact the 49ers if Minkah gets past 7 with Tampa Bay. So the 49ers seem like just it makes sense for them to be trade back partners. They obviously want to be back.
Yeah, and Minkah could definitely be there at 9. That's a guy I've been looking at for the 49ers at 9 for sure. But, you know, with the 49ers situation in their defensive backfield, you know, do they really need another guy? They got Jimmy Ward already. He's kind of another versatile player like Minkah, so it would make a whole lot of sense if we could make it happen with Green Bay. Get some picks back.
And I do believe the Packers have the most picks in the draft, or second most. So if they're able to add a couple extra picks from them, more the better. The group chat feature is open, so if anyone wants to join in and just give their feedback on anything going on, just by all means, add in.
Perfect. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
It wouldn't be us if we didn't have that.
A gentleman in the same way that Oscar Wilde was.
Last week, our country was saddened.
That's a thinker there.
First Lady of the United States, Barbara Bush. The NFL
Gosh, my computer.
the country and around the world.
Also, if my TV's is that my TV? I can turn it down.
Yeah, turn that thing down, would you?
Fucker.
Thank you.
There we go.
Perfect.
Quiet. No computer.
So if anyone's actually watching the live stream right now, they're doing a tribute to former First Lady Barbara. Yeah, Barbara Bush. Thank you.
All-pro linebacker, led the league in sacks. told quarterbacks just say no.
That was Nancy Reagan.
We are going to have a draft prospect Devron Davis cornerback on here shortly. So I'm gonna find his email. I will send him an invite here, guys. We'll see if he pops on. Where did Kyle hide that?
I'm sure we'll probably have a few prospects that are the same, but if anyone wants to join in and add which prospect they want the 49ers to take at 9, please by all means add in. gives us the ability to kind of talk about the prospects that you guys want to talk about. So the 6 of you guys that are with us, just let us know.
You don't get extra credit for saying DeVron Davis, though.
Hey, we're up to 15 now, guys.
Oh, okay. Sorry, 15.
We're moving up in the world.
So we got all 15 fake Twitter accounts that harass me.
Perfect. It's 14 of them are probably all Evan, right? Isn't that how it works?
No. I don't mind if he harasses me. Kevin gets a little jealous, though. It's okay.
A little bit.
Just a little.
Really, the national anthem?
They're doing the national anthem at the draft.
Is that a thing?
Evidently.
I
They're
think it was
testing to see if people kneel.
Nice.
Well done, Zach. Well done.
Excuse me. Make a kneel. She's gonna be
Drop him down the board, everyone.
Tunsil had the weed gas mask. That's nothing compared to a knee.
We should actually bring that up. It looks like Josh Allen is kind of suffering from the same fate that Laramie Tunsil suffered from a couple years back, and actually might drop out of the top 10.
Yeah, it's interesting that people are taking so much into, his old tweets from. I mean, those were from like 2012, 2013. He was probably what 15, 16 years old when he sent out some of those.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't put a whole lot of stock into him. Me and Scott were talking about it last night. Imagine if you had a Twitter account when you were in high school. I would have had some crazy stuff up there.
Damn. I would have been in trouble.
Yeah.
All right, this just came in from Ian Rappaport. The Giants have been set on making the pick at 2. Could they rethink it? I'm told the Broncos are expected to explore trading up from 5 to 2. Possibly early fireworks QB could be the target.
Yeah, it's interesting if the Broncos could potentially maybe be looking at Baker Mayfield, but if the Browns do what people have been talking about and take Baker 1, what's that going to do for Denver?
Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold would make a whole lot of sense. I still think Sam Darnold's going 1. I kind of don't believe the Baker stuff that's been going around, but I mean, we get to find out.
Even if Darnold goes at 1, the Broncos could jump up to grab Baker Mayfield, especially knowing that if the Jets really like him, could take him there, that they leapfrog them.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting draft. This is one of the more interesting top 10s I can remember in a long time.
Okay, if it's Mayfield first instead of Darnold, I'm betting myself that it's not going to be Darnold. But if it's Mayfield, I will do my losing bet on air. I'm not looking forward to that.
What was the bet? Enlighten us.
So there's this YouTube video or YouTube series that I watch every once in a while, and Kevin and them know, called Hot Ones. And it's gotten me into hot sauces, and I bought their hottest one. So I'll eat that on camera, because why not?
You gonna chug that thing, or just kind of take a?
Oh no, I'm gonna do a line on my finger and then kind of just not snort it, but like tongue snort it, I guess.
There you go.
Oh, I don't know if I want to see tongue snorting.
Just search RedTube for tongue snorting. It's a thing. Man, now I kind of want another gas mask picture.
Yeah, where's all that kind of stuff coming out of? That was a lot of fun when Laramie Tunsil had that going on.
The one time there's a really good offensive lineman that the Niners could take.
Yeah, exactly.
He's straight. Or maybe he's not. I don't know. Apparently the NFL teams don't ask that. I don't judge.
10 minutes. 10 minutes. Browns are going to be on the clock.
You mean
Let's
they didn't trade down with Seattle yet?
Nope.
Dude, let's hope for 4 quarterbacks early.
4 quarterbacks and Barkley or Chubb would be nice.
Yeah.
10 minutes ago.
I really think if Chubb is there with Denver, I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners trade up.
That makes sense. So if you're watching the NFL Network feed, you're getting a sight at Hugh Jackson. I brought this up earlier. What if Dorsey had given him the wrong info purposely, knowing that he was going to leak it? So why not just feed him a false name to give to the media?
Yeah,
I don't
that
think
report.
he's that smart.
Well, I'm talking about John Dorsey, not Hugh Jackson.
Well, that
I
report
know.
was interesting that he knew who they were taking months ago, and then he just told the ownership like a month ago, and he just told his head coach a couple of days ago. Like, you don't keep your head coach in the loop. That's shocking to me.
That doesn't seem like a good dynamic.
Right. You would think the head coach would have input in who his franchise quarterback is.
Unless you don't think he's going to be your head coach for long.
That exactly. How do you win one game in 2 years and still have a job is beyond me. Luckily, my team's going to go 16-0 next year because the quarterback doesn't lose.
There's some ugly-ass quarterbacks in this draft.
That's something you just can't get anywhere else right there.
I forget who did it. Someone talked about the study of attractiveness in a quarterback versus success. And you just look
I feel
at
like that was Bill Simmons.
Yeah, it might have been Bill Simmons. And then you look at Darnold, and he looks like what's his name from The Incredibles? Scott, you know that reference. There you go. That's a good one. Ugh.
My phone's faster than my damn computer. So who do you guys like at 9? Who are we looking at? Who's our targets here?
I continue to say Landry.
Yeah, Harold Landry's the first place I go. I'm a big fan of Minkah Fitzpatrick. I like his versatility. You know, you can never have enough guys that can cover in the secondary. And another guy, Dylan DeSimone, really kind of pounded the table for him when he was on Schemecast with me and Rich, is Derwin James. It's just a freaking animal. I don't know if you guys watch any Derwin James film.
Oh, yeah.
He's a freaking beast.
What do you think, Zach?
I would be perfectly fine with Minkah, Derwin, Harold Landry. And then we got to get into the linebacker situation. You know, what are they going to do if Roquan Smith is staring him in the face?
I like Minkah. I'm just not sure if the delta between who he would kick off the team is as big as what the delta would be for like Harold Landry or Tremaine Edmonds replacing Eli Harold, something like that.
Yeah, the pass rusher I think is gonna null and void anything else outside of quarterback. That's probably the most important position on the field. So if they got them closely graded, if they got Roquan, Minkah, and Landry staring them in the face, and they all got them close on their draft board, I think they're going to go pass rusher. You got to have that multi 10+ sack guy. And with DeForest Buckner and Solomon Thomas, I think it's a perfect fit with Landry. They could kind of put him in that Vic Beasley role, maybe on base downs playing at Sam, and then in nickel you put him in at Leo and get his hand in the dirt and just let him rush a passer.
Well, I kind of look, if Landry's the pick, I kind of think John Lynch kind of gave it away by saying that on base down, Solomon Thomas is going to be the Leo, the weak side defensive end. And then on pass rushing downs, he's going to move into more of an interior role. So if Landry's the pick, it's giving it away a little, given what the role you just specified. On base downs, Landry would be a Sam, and then you'd move him over to Leo to rush. Yeah,
that's a great point because Solomon Thomas proved last year he's great at setting the edge in the run game, and on base downs, that's what you want. You want your Leo to be great at setting the edge, and Landry's kind of a smaller guy. He's not going to be able to do that as well as Solomon Thomas. And then you kick Solomon Thomas inside with DeForest Buckner and potentially Eric Armstead and Harold Landry at the Leo, then hell yeah.
See, this is where I'm at on the linebackers, and I've consistently preached this. If you look at the list of the top linebackers in this league, the majority of them are not first-round picks. Even looking at the starting linebackers in every team in the league that runs the same scheme as the 49ers, none of their linebackers are first-round picks. It's because they're looking for specific traits. They're looking for a specific role for them. And those are players that they can find and develop at later, in later rounds. Pass rushers, every team has made a significant investment in the line in the edge position because they know the importance of the edge pass rush. So that's why I constantly go back on Landry is when you don't have that edge pass rush, this defense can't join. This defense doesn't run the way you want it to. And Rich, who's just joining us, will tell us that because he's studied this scheme. Without a pass rush, the defense really does much of nothing.
What?
We're talking about who we would take at 9 and how the edge pass rush is important.
Into my next question is Tremaine Edmonds was somebody that Zach brought up, and I know Rich has some opinions on Tremaine Edmonds, but do you guys think that Edmonds would be a Mike linebacker? Is he going to come in at Sam? Is he going to become a pass rusher? Because he played middle linebacker in college. Is he going to be a pass rusher?
I wouldn't put him there. I'd put him at Will.
I wouldn't draft him.
Rich, how do you feel about Daniel Jeremiah having Harold Landry at 36 on his board?
Well, must be correct.
We don't even need to watch the draft now, right?
No, I mean we could trade back to 36 and totally get him.
Perfect. I got 0 NFL Network stream in my office, so you guys are gonna have to keep me updated on it if anything crazy happens.
Rappaport is saying that Darnold would be the pick if they trade up from. If they trade up to 2.
Let me know if Deion Sanders falls off the stage or something, because I want to see that. I gotta say, I love the NFL Network's coverage of the draft, but I can't stand Deion Sanders. He does the interviews, right? Like after they pick him, he does the interviews. I
think that's why it's in that role.
Yeah. Hopefully Deion Sanders isn't one of the 12 people that's listening. He's probably busy though.
I'm at work and I'm not streaming it because last time I streamed something, I got in trouble.
Well, that was porn, Rich. I mean,
yeah, that's frowned upon in this business, Rich. Come on.
They sent me an email. Saying that please don't stream any more sports or whatever because I had the Angels game streaming in the background one night.
Hey, that'll raise productivity. When your team's playing well, you work faster, right?
Well, I just told the HR lady, I was like, hey, I just keep it on in the background while I'm doing work. And she's like, okay, whatever. Just don't do it anymore. I'm like, all right.
Hashtag productivity.
Fucking bullshit.
I'm sorry, HR lady. I searched for black man putting moves on white man. That's what came up.
I would have been fired.
That rant was sponsored by Sun Chips. The healthiest chips on the market.
Oh, Sun Chips. Now with more vitamin R.
All right, Browns, don't fuck it up.
Who they taking, Rich?
I don't know.
Josh Allen. Yeah.
Come on.
I love it.
I don't know, but according to these commercials, somebody's going to need extends.
I still think it's going to be Sam Darnold.
I'm with you, Rich. I think it's always been Sam Darnold.
Wait, maybe it is Mayfield. Maybe they're doing the extends ad because he's short. This is the kind of quality entertainment you can expect from this.
Hey, he's 6 foot tall. Raise your hand if you're over 6 foot tall.
With elevator shoes.
Any of you guys 6 foot tall?
I think it's just you and Rich. The lone one's over 6. Come on.
I just know I'm taller than Tom Cruise. That's good enough.
Well, that's not hard. taller than Seth Green too.
Hey, you're also taller than Tom Hardy.
There you go.
Oh God. Yeah, but I'm not gonna pick a fight with him.
Oh no.
At least Tom
He'll
Cruise,
put
I
that
know.
mask on and
Start saying we are Venom.
You adopted the sky. I was born in it. No, you weren't. How was the weather up there?
Browns are going to brown the shit out of this draft, aren't they?
Goddamn right.
They're going to come away with 2 terrible picks at 1 and 4 somehow.
It's
They'll
gonna
probably
be-
take both
It's
Baker
gonna be
and
Josh Allen and Minka, right? Isn't
They're
it?
trying to get this Baker Mayfield rumor out there so they could try to get the Jets to trade up. They're so
That-
dumb.
Right? Yeah, it's just too convenient that it's coming out 24 hours before the draft. What I mean, why
And
would
They
they?
should just call their bluff and draft him.
Yeah,
They take Josh Allen and Josh Rosen.
Because you know what's going to happen? They're
Just
gonna,
the whole
they're gonna say,
Josh's.
"Fuck it, we're just going to take Baker Mayfield instead, and then it's going to come out later that they really wanted Sam Darnold, but they did it to troll the Jets.
that would
Hugh
be very
Jackson has-
Browns of them.
Hugh Jackson has a funny way of letting that shit slip later on.
All right, 501. Come on, Browns, hurry up. Let's get to pick 9. Quentin Nelson gonna fall? Any chance?
God, I hope so.
If
I
he's at
hope
9,
so.
I mean,
Really big people are funny when they fall.
It was weird. I think I was listening to Stick to Football today, and they were talking about how McGlinchey is actually tighter with the Bears O-line coach than Nelson is.
yeah, they take him at 8, and we get Nelson at 9. Everybody's happy.
You guys actually listen to that shit?
So you're saying Stick to Football is in the McLoopy?
Can't stand. Never mind. He's probably watching.
Well,
No,
he's
they
not
got-
Daniel Jeremiah, so
Isn't that Matt Miller's podcast?
yeah.
Yeah, can't stand that guy.
Well, dude, he might be one of the 15 people watching.
I don't give a shit. There's 14.
See, now you send him away.
Perfect.
Look at those fake jerseys in the background.
Hey, this one right here is game worn.
Damn!
Where'd you get it for like $5?
Stream of this shit.
What is
Wait.
that? Hey, yeah.
Does it count as game worn if it was worn on the bench?
Yeah, yeah. He's probably in for like a snap or two on.
Anybody can make those.
Wait,
Marcus can make those. Those Photoshop.
You're just jealous because I got this on is all.
wait, didn't they lose that game by like 30 points?
Oh yeah, it wasn't pretty.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's probably why they gave it to me. We're like, this guy, he'll be happy. Fake jersey.
You got it from China.
Hey, my Reuben Foster jersey's from China.
And it's coming undone just like Foster.
Dude, that was
Holy crap.
that was just foreshadowing to my jersey. It's Reuben Foster's career.
What was the
just
name of
coming
that?
undone at the seams.
What was the name of that fake book that South Park made a parody of? It was like a million little threads or something like that.
So Marshawn Lynch is coming out with his own line of underwear
Oh well, beast
All right,
mode
should they
underwear.
pick or what?
for males and females.
It's called I'm Just Here So I Don't Get Gonorrhea.
Perfect.
Is the pick in or what are we fucking waiting for?
Yeah, I don't even know.
They're
Have you
doing,
started
I
the
think they're
clock
doing
yet?
their intro, yeah.
Is it still the intro?
Yeah,
Yep.
they're doing that yearly to take a prospect from when they were a kid who fell in love with football to So, what are the odds you guys think they trade back?
The Niners.
Yeah.
If they can get it, I think if a quarterback falls, I think it's a good likely that they trade back. You know, if Josh Allen falls and he's sitting there at 9, and you know maybe Arizona wants to trade up with him, it'd be like two birds with one stone. Arizona would get a bad quarterback, and we get more picks. It's a win-win.
Hey, do you guys follow that Sports Talk Joe account?
Who?
Sports Talk Joe. He's always like tweeting about LeBron and shit.
No.
He just tweeted, the Browns have selected Adolf Hitler with the first pick. Great leader, tremendous killer instinct.
Nah. Shouldn't talk about Josh Allen that way. Thank you, Zach. He's the only one I got.
You guys got to see Dylan DeSimone in his backwards hat.
Oh, is he rocking it at Yancey's with
Eric?
Yeah, with Eric.
All right, here we go. They're going to start the clock here in a sec.
Are they still milking this? Jeez.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Goodell's up
Should
there
be
with
on
Troy
like pick 3 or
Aikman.
4 by now.
So it's interesting they don't have Romo up there, but they have Jason Witten.
One of the first things I noticed about Robert Sala's defense.
What?
So they have Aikman and they have Staubach up there with them, but they don't have Romo. It's just Jason Witten.
Yeah. Former Naval Academy quarterback Roger Staubach. Fuck the Cowboys.
Yeah, I second that.
Oh, I just saw the tweet. That's funny.
Kyle.
Because it's a darn Schefter. All right, cool.
The best player available. He can get at the quarterback. And, that's
The
why
Browns are going to trade back from number 1 to number 4. That's
Give
me
up
and
an extra
Kyle.
second.
Thank you, Kyle Madsen, for that joke.
For the Golden Knights, congratulations to the Golden Knights.
God, those Browns jerseys are god awful.
Repping as much as possible. So not tonight. My King's hat is in the closet until next year. It's Minka Jimmy Ward 2.0.
That sounds like Dylan. I can hear his voice in my head.
It is. It is.
I can hear him.
Fucking shit. Just pick already.
Where you guys think Lamar Jackson's going? He's going early, or he going to drop late in the first?
He's going to drop.
You think so?
I don't know. I've got a feeling he goes to Miami at 11. So
11?
just a hunch.
That would make sense. Tannehill's got like no ACL left, and they need a quarterback. And the big four is probably going to be gone. I mean, Josh Allen may be there, but I feel like if Josh Allen's there at 9, the Niners are going to try and trade back with somebody.
Move Tannehill back out to receiver.
Miami's a good-
There you
Miami's
go.
a good
Perfect.
pick, man. I don't think the 49ers are going to let the Cardinals trade up and get their quarterback.
No. But if that quarterback's Josh Allen, maybe they're encouraging. Like, hey, guys.
It's Scott. That's a A+ tweet.
That's fine. Someone already put the countdown for the 2019 draft up.
Yeah, when's your big board coming out, Rich?
You'll be the first to know. My big board of like 3 prospects that I actually watch and look at.
Baker Mayfield just went live on Instagram and he's checking his phone. Man, is Baker going to be the pick?
Let's find out.
7 minutes left on the clock.
Oh God! Just fucking send it in. Now they don't know what to do.
They've had how long? They probably knew in September they were going to have the first pick. They should have had this thing slammed down.
Once the 49ers beat the Jets, they knew, or the Giants, they knew that they were getting the.
It was over. It was
first
over.
pick.
Well, they should have known back when Jimmy G was traded, been like, well, the Niners ain't going to lose ever again.
Nobody's calling him yet.
Jesus Christ. Come on, Browns.
The Jets can't figure it out now, man. Or the Browns, not the Jets.
Jets can't figure it out either.
Yeah, Hugh Jackson's like, shit, they're calling our bluff. What do we do?
Now what do we do?
Friend of mine is at the Patriots draft party right now, and he just said, "God damn it, Browns, you had all fucking year. Make a pick."
That 2
What?
years.
They would have called him by now. They're fucking this up, man. Holy shit, that Cam Inman tweet.
Kentwan Balmer.
Yeah, dude. That was great pick.
Then Seattle traded for his dumbass.
Oh, maybe he is. He's being called by somebody.
What's up, Devon? Devron. Sorry, my apologies.
Hey, how y'all doing?
How's it
Pretty
going,
good.
man? Thanks for joining us.
Man, thanks for having me.
How you feeling on a day like that? A day like this?
Man, it's great. You know, I'm here waiting to see my teammate pick Marcus Davenport. So who knows, man? He might be a Niner.
Can you tell us something about Marcus that no one really knows?
I think pretty much everybody that's been an FBI agent on him for the last couple of months. But you know, he's a great guy. You know, he does everything right. He works hard and stuff like that. So he does all the little things right. You know, I'm ecstatic for him. You know, I can't wait. His name, you know, first pick ever at UCLA. That's a big honor.
How about you, man? How's this process been like for you to go through everything, to get feedback from teams around the league, letting you know what they think is, you know, your best landing spot, what you think your strengths and weaknesses are?
Yeah, man, you know, I done heard so many things, you know, from so many different teams, including one that I think you guys are pretty familiar with. You know, the Niners was a very physical player, so I'm pretty sure that's probably why I like him so much. And just from other teams like the Ravens, the Jets, Browns, the Rams, and a lot of other different teams that are really fitting me. It's just a blessing and an honor to be in it.
What's did I see something the other day about Vernon and Vontae Davis? Are you related to them?
Yeah, cousin. I got another cousin in the NFL as well. Steven Nelson plays for the Chiefs. So, I'm very familiar with the game in the NFL, and the pick is in the first pick for the first round. So, man, it's gonna be interesting to see this right here.
You sound like professional. Are you thinking about getting into the kind of the commentary game after your career is done? Hopefully in 10 to 15 years.
Man, I think I'll do pretty good. I'm learning real well from Troy Aikman and all these other guys on here. They talking, and you got to be professional and politically correct with everything. So real good. These guys are very well spoken, and you can learn a lot.
For sure. Do you take pride in the fact that teams can think of you as a physical player, someone that is willing to make plays?
Yeah, they look at me as a physical player, as a playmaker, a game changer. Everywhere I went, I've been like the spark plug for every team that I've been on, from high school to junior college to every other team that I've. So I think I'm that kind of player, game changer, and I make those kind of necessary to be that kind of guy.
What was the process like for you, like after you got out of college, preparing for the NFL draft? What kind of questions were teams asking you? Was it like special teams coordinators talking to you? Was it coaches, general managers? What kind of process? What was that process like?
It's grueling. It's an ongoing thing that you got to prepare for every day. And to get ready for this stuff, there's a lot of elite talent, a lot of guys that can play football. So you got to be smarter, and you got to outsmart everybody on the football. And just be that guy that brings it up and makes everybody around him better. And I think I consistently did. A lot of people know who PSA was before I got there. In bowl game.
What was that?
Scott. Scott, what's going on, buddy?
He's getting yelled at by his girl.
Score. And he didn't mute it either. Nice. Appreciate that, Scott.
Oh, Baker Mayfield.
Baker.
They just picking.
Wow. I thought it was Darnold, man. I thought it was Darnold.
From the eyes of a cornerback, how would you attack a quarterback like Baker Mayfield?
He's a competitor, man. I love that, though, because that's what I am. Also competitive. I want to win every rep, and I don't want to lose. And I like those guys fired up and make the kind of guy I want to be. So I like quarterbacks like that. You got to head. Baker's a rowdy guy, so those type of guys you want to get make throws that they wouldn't make if they weren't so pressure.
If you talked about the Browns talking to you, if you end up on the Browns with Baker Mayfield as your quarterback, how do you think your personality will work off of his?
Oh man, that's like too dope. I think it'll be a perfect win relationship. We're both competitors, we both rowdy and physical guys, and love to make offenses or plays. So I think it's the perfect matchup. In the near future, I think people will see that probably will happen.
I mean, those practices would be amazing to watch. Just you guys going back at it, get back and forth at each other.
Yeah. No, I want Josh Gordon. I want Jarvis Landry. I want all the guys. So if I'm impressed with him, it's going to be a constant battle and grind. And, I'm not backing down from the challenge anywhere. So.
That's good to hear, man. I really appreciate that.
Man. Well, that's cool to see him. Wow, that's a shocker, though, seeing him going first overall, though. Wow.
Yeah, the leak was real. I thought it was a smokescreen. I thought it was Darnold the whole time, but Mayfield's going one. That's going to shake up the whole top 10, really.
I'm telling you, Hugh Jackson.
For sure.
E. Jackson's gonna let it leak in like 9 months. That's not really the pick they wanted.
So y'all think Baker Mayfield or Drew Brees kind of guy? You think Johnny Manziel? How do y'all think about him?
I think he's much better than Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I mean, they look like they have the same competitive spirit, but I just mechanically and throwing the ball, I think Baker's a lot more polished passer than Manziel ever was.
Yeah. I mean, I just think, yeah, you're right. I mean, only thing I could say about Johnny, he did beat Alabama twice. But, I mean, to project to the NFL wasn't as solid as a prospect.
Yeah.
I think Saquon Barkley can go here or Chuck, if I had to guess. But the way that top 10 pick up, ain't no telling.
Who has the second pick? I don't even know right
It's the Giants, and the pick's in, too, so they're not trading it.
I love being at work for this shit.
Yeah, it's thirsty, Rich? Thirsty, buddy?
Have you gotten any feedback on where they think you're going to go?
Man, I done got so much stuff over the last, for the most part, 4 through 7. I had some teams that rated me high as a third round. But, the way it all depends on the draft. How many corners come off the board in the first round, the second and third, and then left is all just based off, talent.
After this is done, you guys plan on having a small, quiet dinner for the family, or are you going to want to have like a big party to just kind of celebrate where your new home is going to be? Oh, okay.
Saquon to the Giants.
Oh, well.
Okay. But, yeah, I want to have a party for all, and I want them to see, a guy from their city. We got Tremaine Johnson, we got Brandon Cook. We had Lavelle Hawkins, who was in the season with the 49ers not too long ago. So, we didn't have guys, make it more. I'm thrilled and ecstatic to be another one of those guys. And I just want these kids to continue to keep seeing you can make it out of cities that filled with violence and crime, and it doesn't look that good. But if you just keep pushing, you can make the decision necessary to be a Division I and NFL athlete.
Did you plan on setting up any kind of charities to work in the community? You talked about being an inspiration for other kids in your neighborhood, letting them know that you can make it if you put the work in, if you do everything the right way. Do you plan on kind of giving back to the community after while you're in the NFL?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a Pop Warner team out here, little things like that, little charities and groups and anything I can help my community, and those are things that matter to me the most, to help the community and being a positive role model.
Giants pick is in. Yeah, they picked Barkley like an hour ago, Rich. Come on. Hey, like last week.
It's been 85 years.
Oh, man.
He's going to be fun to watch with them.
Oh, I think Devron just dropped off.
Oh, okay. Well, he's not here to say it, but appreciate Devron for coming on. That was a lot of fun to have him on, and hope him for the best. Hopefully R2-D2 or Chewbacca is announcing his name on Saturday. Huh?
It's actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool that he's saying he's getting third round feedback.
Not even as cool as the fucking parrot.
Hey, dude, the parrot is gonna ruin the shit out of that pick.
Oh exactly. Man, Mike's
gonna go up and
hate that.
Oh, I hope they leave the parrot on there for like a while, just so Mayock can complain for 15 minutes. The monkey last year was hilarious. Oh god, they kept going back to it just because it pissed him off.
Did he threaten to walk off set at one point?
Oh god, I hope so. That's amazing.
He's got no time for this shenanigans.
The fucking Giants. What are they doing?
Hey, this is saving a lot of people from taking a running back this early. Gosh. Do they not? I'm just glad I'm a Niner fan and I got Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh my god.
Oh,
They are legit. They're going to pay the fucking running back all that money to do what for 4 years?
To run behind
They
Eric
have
Flowers,
Eli's
obviously.
fucking old ass off the turf.
That's the other thing is that they have Eli Manning as your quarterback, and you have one of the shittiest offensive lines in the entire league. You're just all you're going to do is end up hurting him.
Well, fuck Manning. I don't want them to hurt Barkley.
I mean, Barkley can pass block. Maybe they're going to put him on the line.
yeah, he could play left tackle, right? Maybe tight end.
I mean, Eric
That's what
Flowers
it
can't
is.
play left tackle, but
Can't be
there
better.
he is.
Yeah, he was going to say he can't be worse than Eric Flowers.
Who the Jets taking here? They going QB? I mean, they traded up.
Going Darnold. I bet you they go Darnold.
Darnold just fell in their lap. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought the Giants would have taken Darnold when he fell.
The best quarterback wasn't even taken number 1 overall, so whatever.
Yeah, that would be Mr. Rosen.
Yeah.
Oh my God, computer.
Dude, I mean, the Giants had fucking Nelson right there.
Let's hope every team up until we pick just keeps passing on the guard, so we can take him, put him next to Joe Staley, and just dominate.
Okay, I got to get my bet out of the way because I'm going to psych myself out otherwise.
All right, Hammer.
Oh.
So
Yeah, Rich, you got to see this.
See what?
so I bet
Just
myself-
watch.
this is completely me, which is even
Tongue
stupider.
snort.
I bet myself if Mayfield is taken first, I'm going to eat one of the hottest hot sauces that's been produced so far. So
Taste your butthole.
Use a beer
Yeah.
chaser. It'll help.
this is we got the label right there.
It has fire on it.
It's
so
got
that's probably
fire
hot.
on it. That's
But
a
it's
that's a
not
good thing.
hot.
Okay, so they had to make the pepper specifically for this sauce. Like that alone scares me.
What are you just gonna down this whole fucking bottle?
I'm gonna make a line on my hand.
He's gonna do a bump, bro.
No, dude.
Tongue
I'm
snort.
gonna take a swig, like a fucking NyQuil swig.
Actually, yeah, it's a little chunky, so I think I am gonna just do that.
He's gonna
I gotta
accidentally
get
pour
the-
whole bottle down his throat.
See, between this and Evan shaving his hair when Josh Allen goes before Lamar Jackson,
Oh gosh, that's
No, it's not good.
we're live streaming that, right? When Evan,
we damn well
Shave his
better.
head.
So
let's.
What you doing?
But Rich, you need to drive down to Portland and shave it for him. I think that's just good TV.
Why am I? Why
Oh,
is it shaving?
oh.
Oh my god! It's going.
Oh, God,
Doing it.
calm down, buddy.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
you got Avengers in a couple hours. Come on, man.
oh, that's yeah. You okay?
I'm upset.
Oh,
Oh.
oh.
Yeah, oh yeah. Drink some beer. That'll make your stomach feel real good.
Oh
All right, looks like the
Jets
pick
making
is. They're about
Oh,
to.
man.
I think they got Darnold.
Darnold.
Yep.
Oh,
it's
it's worse
Darnold.
than I swallowed it.
That's what she said.
The highest of fives, Jay. The highest of fives.
I gotta get you process.
Oh, you okay there, Scott?
Yeah, I'm good.
You good? Yeah.
That could be
shake
worse.
It off. Just walk it off. Jog it off.
At least I'm not Sam Darnold.
Going to the Jets.
What's his character's name from Incredibles?
Syndrome?
Yeah, Syndrome.
Wow. I didn't think Darnold was going. Man. The good thing I don't do mock drafts because I would have been so wrong. And Twitter really likes to tell you when you're wrong.
I was going to get bananas.
Oh man, that's not gonna go.
I can't believe the Giants passed on a quarterback to
Scott
take
getting yelled at
a running back.
Because they're fucking idiots.
Well, what's Cleveland going to do here? Bradley Chubb?
Bradley Chubb, or they're trading out.
Quentin Nelson. Do they need O-line help? They could. Harold Landry. They could even go Harold Landry. Put him on the other side of Myles Garrett. Scott, can you turn the screen a little bit?
Scotty.
Oh, look, we have another guest. Golden Retriever.
Yeah, that's Lily.
Nice. Every
foaming at the mouth.
Every life.
I'm eating ice cream with my hand.
Are you okay, bud?
Scott might die. I think we're gonna have our first snuff film. Well, I'll at least put it this way. At least the Jets didn't fuck it up, I guess.
Yeah, they got the right guy, I think.
You guys watch Darnold play at all or nah?
Well, no, I would have taken Rosen, but at least they didn't take Josh Allen.
Darnold was like QB4 in this draft, man. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not a Darnold fan at all.
Yeah, but if he's QB4, then Josh Allen is QB6.
Hey, Sam Darnold has a relative named Dick Hammer. So he's clearly QB1.
Well, QB2.
You just slid him up 2 spots just because he's got a cousin.
Did you see Evan's tweet?
Oh, the good one?
Man, Josh Allen needs to go now. I don't even care about my hair.
Well, let's see, Rich, just get in the car and just start driving to Portland right now and just shave that puppy off. Take the time
Evan was the one that started spreading the Josh Allen tweets.
Use the smallest cutter you can find. Just pick up like one of those mustache trimmers and just real slow.
I'll do it and then I'm gonna bake the rest of it.
Just oh man, I hope he goes with some kind of what?
Is he watching this right now?
I don't know. Can I tell who's viewing? Is that a thing?
Is this on? Did we get this on YouTube at all?
Yeah, it's live on YouTube.
Where? Who's got the link for that?
I tweeted it, and 49ers Hub tweeted it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
So
when we went live, it like automatically tweeted on our account, so that was convenient.
We're going live. We're doing it live. Oof, that's a
Browns.
Wait, they're comparing him to Andrew Luck?
Oh hell no!
Who? Sam Darnold?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Doesn't he have a neck beard?
That was like Lance Zierlein's making that comparison. What the hell?
Oh no! Is he talking about the Andrew Luck who can't throw because his shoulder's broken?
Oh my god!
What they say?
Okay, if we get an Admiral Darnold account, I'm okay with it.
No, so I'm watching the online feed, and it's Kurt Warner, Bucky Brooks, and Lance Zierlein, and Lance Zierlein is making the comparison to Andrew Luck.
Maybe.
God damn it!
Take another quarterback, Browns.
That might not be a bad idea.
Take Rosen.
Now,
Come on, Browns.
Browns it up.
Man. I still can't believe Saquon went 2. It's ridiculous. I guarantee there's gonna be a running back taken in the 3rd round that has more yardage than he does.
Was there like 4 people in this YouTube video? 8. Oh, 8. Now there's 7 because I just clicked out of it. Oh man, this Onion headline. Did you see this shit about Bill Cosby?
Oh, that was good.
The Onion headline: Bill Cosby feeling disoriented after jury slips conviction into his verdict.
Buzzinga.
Oh, man.
That and the Kanye one was really good.
We're gonna get some kind of crazy curveball at 9. Watch. It's gonna be like Calvin Ridley or something.
Hey, don't you put that evil on them. I'll take Dallas Joe Dirt over him.
Joe Dirt.
I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Joe Dirt?
It's spelled Goedert. To me, that's Joe Dirt.
Oh, you mean Dallas Goddard?
Yeah.
Okay,
What?
So who has the 4th pick?
Are you kidding me?
What is it? What is it?
What's the pick?
Denzel Ward, it looks like.
What?
At 4?
No way.
Okay,
I'd like to know. I called that in the DraftCast on the other day.
Wow.
Wow, Chris
Where are
Ballard
you
must
seeing
be
that?
coming in his pants right now.
Can
Man.
a GM get fired after their first year?
See, I'm a huge fan of Denzel Ward, and I wouldn't have taken him that high.
4. Wow.
I'm like, 4. Holy shit.
Denzel Ward. Yeah, it's official. Denzel Ward's the pick. My goodness.
Oh my God.
Baker Mayfield and Denzel Ward.
Was it has to be combined for the 2 shortest picks ever made in the.
He's like, wow. Yeah.
So they drafted 2 players that are 5'11".
Yeah, Baker Mayfield and Denzel Ward together are about my size, I would say.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got your first curveball.
Yeah, there isn't a soul on the planet that mocked Denzel Ward to number 4.
The earliest I
just
heard
told
was
you I
5. Oh, Zach did.
Thanks for listening to our podcast there, Jay.
Yeah, I must have missed that episode. If you call Denzel Ward, man, my hat's off to you. My goodness.
I mean, he's the hometown boy in Cleveland. He went to Ohio State, just has to move right down the road.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Plus,
Okay, I'm telling you, that's exactly the synopsis of draft day.
Hey,
That's
you might want
literally what he's
to.
doing.
You got a little beard left over there, Scott.
Dude, he's
I don't
saving
even
that
care
for
anymore.
later.
I'm just glad I can talk.
All right, Denver's got a couple of quarterbacks in their lap now.
Yep. And they got Nelson. So we got Nelson, Chubb, the 2 quarterbacks, Minka Fitzpatrick, Derwin James, still available.
This is good for us. That threw a.
Yeah, that Denzel Ward pick helps us out.
I get the feeling that Roquan could go to 6 to Indianapolis, and then Chicago could go Edmonds.
Chicago could even go Roquan if he
Yeah.
falls to him. You know, Vic Fangio's going to like that.
And what would that do for Tampa? That would make him get Jackson?
Derwin James, maybe, for
Oh,
Tampa.
Yeah,
I feel like
probably
Derwin James is a good fit. Well, we should just ask Zach because he's clearly mocked all the Ward before. I mean, who's going? I can't believe. Did you? So you guys did a mock, and man, I must have missed that episode. You guys did a mock, and you had Ward going 4.
Yeah, it just came out yesterday, and
That's sick.
I threw Denzel to Cleveland at 4. I mean, their
good call.
secondary just has so little talent there that you get a guy like Ward that can move all over the place. He can guard in the slot, he can guard on the outside, and he can pretty much shut him down wherever he goes. He can follow around the number 1 receiver as long as they're not like
Over
6 foot.
6'5".
Hey,
mean,
man,
there's-
Denzel's a stud in the press, man.
There was tape of him shutting down tight ends in college, pressing them, knocking them off the routes. He's small, but he's strong.
Troy Fumagalli, he just wrecked him all game during that Wisconsin game.
Wrecked him for realsies?
Yep.
Holy shit, that sobered me up quick. Oh my God.
Do you have to take a huge poop yet?
Not yet.
coming.
It's like It's sitting like right here.
Just wait till after pick 9, and then you'll have plenty of time.
Oh, I'll be taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. That's for sure.
Well, somebody's got to do it because the Browns
There's gonna be
aren't.
injuries.
No, more like Browns to the toilet.
Either that or it'll be the World Series, and I'm taking the Reds. Oh God!
Oh man.
There may be bleeding.
I think Scott McLuhan won out there in Cleveland.
I'm not going to mention this guy's Twitter handle, but this guy, like 49ers fan that follows all of us, thinks that the 49ers are going to trade up to 6 and take Chubb. What the fuck?
Is it a guy with sources, quote unquote?
No.
Is it a grainy picture from Green Bay? That's the source? Because that's not a good source.
He literally says if the Broncos don't take Chubb, the 49ers could move up to number 6.
How would you feel about that, Rich?
To take Chubb? When they could take him at 9?
Is he going to fall to 9, though?
Yeah.
That feels like a John Lynch move.
I mean, he's not going to Tampa with all that they got in the offseason.
Yeah. They're going
Maybe
DB for sure.
Chicago.
I don't know.
Always
I
taking
wasn't
his
really
time
big on
here.
the Solomon Thomas pick, but I don't think 49ers need to move up for a pass rusher or a defensive lineman at all. I think they can stay where they're at.
Yeah, I think the Niners need to let the draft fall to him.
It really was a head scratcher when they took Solomon Thomas when they had Derek Barnett sitting right
Oh, okay. So I don't know if you guys want me to say it, but they've already said who the pick is going to be.
Go ahead.
It is going to be Bradley Chubb. Mike
Chubb?
Killis. Yeah.
Chubb to Denver, huh?
Chubb to
Wow.
Denver.
Chubb next
Wow.
to Miller. Shit.
Chubb and Von Miller, yeah. All right, well,
So
you don't have to worry about that anymore. Josh Rosen, Josh Allen, still both on the board. Quentin Nelson still on the board.
Well, I mean, if anything, Indianapolis could easily trade out of this pick.
Yeah, I bet Indianapolis was hoping Chubb was going to fall to him.
Dude, Von
Or does-
Miller and Chubb on. Oh, God,
Yeah, that's
gross.
sick. That's sick.
If you're
Yeah,
Indy, do
yeah.
you take Derwin James to pair him with Malik Hooker?
You know, that's a possibility too.
That's a good point. Yeah, that'd be a hell of a duo.
What?
Derwin James and
yeah.
Malik Hooker. What kind? What kind of defense they run out there?
They run the Cowboys Tampa 2 defense.
Okay, Tampa 2. I'm
I
not
don't
sure
think
who they're.
Indianapolis runs a defense. They just kind of pray.
They just kind of figure it out. Yeah, they just. Yeah, because I don't even know who their D coordinator is. They got Frank Wright from Philly, right, to be their coach after Josh McDaniels bailed on him.
Oh, we got to play him this year too.
The Colts.
No, the Broncos.
Oh yeah. It's all right. Trent Brown will lock that down.
I mean, maybe if it was a Popeyes guy.
Well, it's a big guy. You just got to stand there. Man, Cleveland. They had the first pick and the fourth pick, and they got Baker Mayfield and Denzel Ward.
I mean, it's not a bad pick at 4 for that.
No. I mean, at least it wasn't like Saquon Barkley and
Now that I mean, it is a prime position.
Yep. What if Quentin Nelson is available at 9?
you got to take him.
Take him.
John Lynch would do backflips to the phone to call in that pick.
Because you got 3 landing spots right here. Indianapolis, Tampa Bay, and Chicago could all use them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Unfortunately.
But you think more than likely Tampa Bay is going to go Derwin James or Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yep.
Really, it's Indy that would be the one
Yeah.
that scares me.
Because Chicago,
Quentin Nelson?
yeah.
I think Chicago's totally in play for Nelson.
Oh,
He could
well,
be, but
yeah.
But I mean, they've invested a lot in their line, so they may not think it's that they might just go defense. They might go Edmonds or Roquan.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They could see Roquan Smith sitting there and think he's going to have a little more impact on our defense and take the linebacker, especially with Vic Fangio. You know how he likes his linebackers.
Yep. And he wanted Solomon Thomas last year.
Justice Mosqueda just tweeted Von Miller, Shane Ray, Shaq Barrett, and Bradley Chubb. Congrats to the LA Chargers and Oakland Raiders on their offensive tackle selections tonight. Man, John Gruden is so getting fired after 2 years.
He's taking McGlinchey at 10.
Yeah, that's
I've been hearing that too. McGlinchey at 10. He's going to be wearing that 1994's Raiders throwback hat.
The starter jacket?
Yeah, the starter jacket. Oh, John Lynch. Colts.
Oh, man.
They're going to be the new NWA. Neanderthals who think they know what they're doing.
So as of right now, you got Miami, Buffalo, and Buffalo, Green Bay, and Arizona all looking to trade up, apparently.
And Indianapolis is picking.
Okay.
The pick is in.
Pick is in, huh?
Do not be
Watch him take a QB. Andrew Luck's shoulder fell off last
they're
night.
taking Nelson.
Are they? God.
Wait. Maybe that's. Oh, I guess maybe they are. Fuck.
Colts are up and they take Nelson.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Did they? Okay, I didn't see that.
NFL draft time has just tweeted that.
Damn.
Well, that was fun while it lasted.
Hey, but the quarterbacks are still available, so if there's a team that wants to trade up.
Yeah, exactly. Who we got on the clock at 6? Or
6 Tampa's at 7.
Yeah.
So Tampa's at 7. They're probably going to take a safety, Minka or Derwin James, most likely.
See, I keep on thinking it's Derwin James, that Florida FSU connection.
Yeah, that feels like the pick.
Say what?
Come on, Rich, keep up. Come on.
Fuck off, man. I'm at work.
Sam Farmer, Chargers. We have the best edge rushing tandem in the league, but certainly our division. Broncos, hold our course. Well, see, I'm happy Nelson isn't going to anyone in the NFC. I would have been pissed.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
You got your own office, huh, Rich? You got your own office there?
No, I share an office, but nobody's here because I work the swing shift.
Score. I know we're going off a tangent here, but how's that new gig working out for you?
Well, they pay me about 2.5 times more than the electrical contractors were.
Nice.
So
Are you still in the electrical? Are you still in the electrical field?
Nah, back in manufacturing.
Okay.
So we got a tweet from Ian Rappaport. Colts did not get enough action and take Quentin Nelson. He was the top player on some boards. Nothing more important than protecting Andrew Luck.
Yeah, it's
Glad
like
they decided
4
to do
years
it
too
now.
late.
Yeah, no. Right?
It's like, seriously, I don't know if that guy's ever going to play again.
All right.
I don't know. Jacoby Brisket needs to be protected too.
Well, true, but I mean,
I just like saying Jacoby Brisket.
you know, he gets a bad rap because they were a terrible team, but he's a good quarterback.
He gets a bad Rappaport.
Oh, we have a trade up. It looks like Buffalo.
Fuck you.
Buffalo's
Buffalo.
coming up to Tampa.
Yep. And they're taking. It looks like they're going to take a quarterback.
Taking Rosen. This is where Rosen goes. Oh, maybe Josh Allen.
Yeah, I mean, they've been wanting Josh Allen for a long time, or at least the rumors have said that.
Yep.
I swear to God, if they take Lamar Jackson and Evan doesn't have to shave his head, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
They took Josh Allen.
Oh,
Well, no, sorry. Yeah, Evan's trading. Damn it. So I think he's naturally assumed just for Josh Allen. See, this actually works out well for the 49ers if Green Bay wants to move up for Minkah Fitzpatrick. Because Tampa Bay was the biggest threat to that pick.
Oh, I'd gladly do that.
Say what?
Well, earlier today, Rappaport was saying that Green Bay wanted to move up to grab Minkah Fitzpatrick. Tampa Bay was the biggest threat to that. So if they can move up,
I'm going to go out on a limb here. They're going to take Josh.
I was like, wait a second.
I mean, I don't want to be a dick and cast aspersions on the city of Buffalo, but kind of think Josh Allen's comments are. I'm just gonna leave it there.
I'm originally from upstate New York, so I'm not going to dispute what you're thinking there, Kevin.
Thank you. All right, come on. The fuck?
Oh, and Buffalo doesn't even have to give up their second first. They're only trading 2 seconds to move up.
What the fuck?
What?
Yeah, Adam Schefter just said that they're doing the 12 and then 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I mean, at least they're getting a first-round pick.
Yeah.
I don't know the trade value chart, but the 2 second rounders might be worth that second first.
So it's coming down Josh Allen to Buffalo.
I mean, we're still in a great spot. Josh Rosen's my QB1, and he still could be there at 9. We're in a great spot to trade.
Problem is who's going to trade because, unless Arizona comes up and trades with either Chicago, San Francisco, or Oakland, Rosen could end up in Miami.
Baltimore and the Chargers are both looking to move up too.
Yeah.
But is Rosen elite? That's the question.
So the official trade is 7 and 255th overall to Tampa Bay for 12, 53, and 56.
Wait, they gave up 255th?
Yeah, I think that's in the
seventh
round. Or no, 7th round, yeah.
Yeah, because you can trade compensatory picks now, so it's probably like the second to last pick in the draft.
Oh, they traded Mr. Irrelevant. But Mayfield went first.
Wait, what? So, Evan, if you're hearing this, get your clippers ready, boy.
The way you said that, boy, felt like 200 years of repression.
Yep. Man.
Yep, Andy Slater saying it's Josh Allen.
So, wait, does he start day one? Because there's no way I would start A.J. McCarron over him.
God damn, that's a terrible quarterback situation.
Yeah, probably Allen does start week 1.
Huh? Okay. Okay. Buffalo and Denver had agreed to a trade based on who was available, but Broncos decided not to pass up on Bradley Chubb.
Oh.
Bills then went to Tampa Bay and traded up.
Dang.
I mean, I will say this about Josh Allen. Like, he can probably make the single prettiest throw of any of the quarterbacks. What that, like, Aaron Rodgers rolling out to his right, throwing across his body 40 yards downfield. Like,
he could also.
The only person.
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's probably the only person in the class that can make that throw, but then he misses a lot of other throws.
He can make that throw, and then, like, he can do a simple 3-yard pass and then lawn dart it into the ground.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah, exactly.
Rocket the shit out of that 3-yard pass.
There'll be a dent in the ground.
I mean, he wasn't even the best quarterback in his division or in their conference.
Yeah, didn't he get second team?
Yeah, I don't remember, but he was like just stats alone, he was like 7th or 8th.
I know certain media members are gonna just hype up how great of a pick this was, and I just don't get it.
Well, if Josh Allen didn't play Iowa, he probably would have done a lot better. That's where I went to school, so I can say that.
What's your take on Josh Jackson?
I think in the right scheme, he's going to be really good. But if you put him in the wrong scheme, he's going to bust out real fast.
Yep.
He needs to be on the DB episode, I compared him to Rondé Barber. Put him in that Tampa 2 zone coverage defense, and he'll be dominant. But anything else, and you're probably not going to get much out of him.
A surprise team that made calls to trade up, the Bears. Wow, the Bears tried to trade up. Yeah.
Where are you
Did they try to give up 5 firsts to take
Tom Pelissero?
Who did the Bears want?
Nelson?
He didn't say. I'm guessing might have been Nelson.
Might have been Chubb too. They could use some pass rush.
Yep, opposite Leonard Floyd. I mean, here they could end up taking one of the linebackers, and I think they'd be happy.
I wouldn't be surprised if they went.
Hey, I gotta step out for a sec. I'll be right back.
Joe Fan is saying that Josh Rosen will still be on the board when the 49ers go on the clock, so he must know that the Bears are staying put.
I'm guessing they go Roquan or Edmonds.
I mean, if you're the Niners, you got to trade out. You can't stay there when –
No.
I mean, a lot of people's QB1 is on the board. You got to capitalize on that somehow.
But even then, I mean, even if no one wants to trade up for Josh Rosen, you know there's going to be a team that's going to want to trade up for Roquan or Edmonds or even Minka, or Derwin James is still available. I mean, presumably. I mean, let's say they're targeting one of them. They could move back a couple spots and still grab one of those guys.
What if you trade back to Green Bay for Minka, then trade back to the Chargers for Rosen?
There you go.
All right, Niners on the clock.
Moving that.
Okay.
Pick is in for Chicago.
I'm praying for a trade back or
Roquan to Bears.
Roquan?
I'm so scared of taking Edmonds.
I don't want him.
I'm deathly afraid of it because think about it. They were like, oh, he's 19 years old. He has so much room to grow. He also has so much room to bust.
Yeah.
Very rarely do you get a kid that age at a position like so physical like that who's going to come in and be a day one immediate impact starter. Physically speaking, you're not going to be at your physical prime until you're 22, 23 years old. Do the 49ers have the ability to wait on a player like that? I know I wouldn't.
Zach, you and Cam Inman both had Ward to 4.
Great minds.
I'm impressed.
Okay. Joe Fan says the 49ers are officially on the clock. John Lynch is almost assuredly fielding trade offers for Rosen. You can also stand pat and select Derwin James, Minka, Tremaine Edmonds, or Harold Landry.
Hey, I got to run. I got to go let the pizza guy in.
All right, man.
Good problem to have.
We ordered pizza for one of our departments tonight, so I'm going to go set it up, and I'll probably catch you guys after the next couple picks.
All right, dude.
Sounds good, Rich.
All right.
I'm good with the Bears taking Roquan. As great as he is, he seems more like a Bears pick than he is a 49ers pick in terms of taking a linebacker in the top 10. To me, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, especially now that cross your fingers, Ruben is going to be okay. I think that him and Roquan are a little bit duplicative of one another, that he's not necessary.
I mean, even if he wasn't available, I still wouldn't take a linebacker in the top 10. I think
that's fair.
There's a reason why and I tweeted this out a couple weeks ago that of the top 15 teams in defense per DVOA, all of them are in the top 15 in terms of pass defense. Like 9 of the 15 are bottom half of the league. And that's for a reason, because teams are prioritizing the pass. You defend the pass to win games. And as great as Roquan is, as great as Tremaine Edmonds is, I don't know how they impact the passing game to the point where they are what you want. You know, you succeed. That's why you prioritize secondary. That's why you prioritize edge play. That's why those two sides of the ball, or those two sides of your defense, are why you put so much investment into.
The only thing I can say about Edmonds is that with his size, speed, and he actually is pretty good in man coverage, like he can shut down and completely take out an opposing team's tight end. You know, if you put him one-on-one, it's pretty much over.
Well, see, then if that's the case, I would just draft Derwin James.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, Derwin James can do that same thing. Jay, your audio's not coming through.
You're muted too.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But what I was saying is Kevin's totally right when he was talking about that this league comes down to throwing the ball and stopping the pass. And Derwin James makes a lot of sense because he can cover the tight ends, he can play in the box, and teams are looking at guys that can stop the pass on defense. You know, rush the passer and stop him from throwing the ball, and that's where the NFL is going now. Yeah, I mean the running game is still around, but you got to be able to stop the run or stop the pass.
Picks in, no trade.
All right,
all right. Everybody, hold on to your butts.
Oh, trust me, I'll be doing that all night.
Oh, man.
All right, well, if the pick's in, I hope it's Landry or James.
Come on, Landry.
And not Mike McGlinchey. Please, not Mike McGlinchey.
Oh, ready for a disappointment.
Oh, no. Don't say it, Kevin.
That's what one of the beat writers from Boston is tweeting.
McGlinchey?
Yeah.
No. No.
It's McGlinchey. Oh gosh. They took McGlinchey.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Look. And it goes back to something that Jay was just talking about: throwing the pass and defending the pass. And if they don't think Trent Brown is in their plans, which it's obviously they don't think he's in their plans, protecting Garoppolo becomes their primary need. I would have taken Harold Landry. I would have taken Derwin James. But
Rich, they took McGlinchey. They took McGlinchey.
You fucking kidding me?
No.
Nope.
right.
Yep. Jed York is Jed. Yep.
It's official. All right. Well, now the question is he's going to start at right tackle? Is he the future left tackle when Joe Staley retires? Can he play guard?
He's way too tall to play guard. I think he's like 6'8".
He's getting traded. You have to think he's getting traded.
Trent Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And Trent Brown wasn't wasn't a fit there with this outside zone running scheme. We talk about the pass, and that's really where it's at. Trent Brown's fantastic in the passing game, but man, in the run game, he was just too big. You could see he was a little loppy out there in the outside zone. So maybe they're thinking. Go ahead, Rich.
I don't think Brown is it, man.
I guess
I'm not surprised, but I wouldn't have went there right now.
A right tackle in the top 10 is insane.
Didn't they take Anthony Davis 11?
17, I think.
Oh, 17. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was Iupati.
17.
There you go.
Was it? Yeah, Iupati was 17. Davis was 11.
I definitely don't hate this pick, but I just
listen.
I wasn't expecting that.
If he's a starting caliber tackle in the NFL,
Dude,
hell yeah, I'll take it.
McGlinchey is good, man. He is good, but I just wasn't expecting that this year. I thought maybe next year they would look to fill that.
Are they looking at Joe Staley? Is he going to replace Staley, or are they looking at Trent Brown and saying?
Eventually, I think he starts as a right tackle and then you move him over.
Yeah, you don't take a guy at 9 and him not be.
You think it's Staley more likely to leave than Brown?
Probably not this season. He's probably starting.
Yeah, so you have your 2018 and 2019 starters at left and right tackle, and then after that, I think McGlinchey had 15 starts at right tackle before taking over for Ronnie Stanley. Yeah, 13 of his 39 starts were at right tackle.
All right, I'm going to invite Charles McDonald on, see if he hops on with us.
Yeah.
He's going to be just as surprised as we are.
Yeah. All right, I just sent it. We'll see if he pops on. But yeah, man, that's not what I was expecting. Not with Harold Landry, Tremaine Edmonds. Everybody was talking about Tremaine Edmonds going to the 49ers. And what was it a couple of days ago where McGlinchey was kind of the popular pick for the 49ers? So obviously it was true. He's the guy. I think he starts at right tackle.
Yeah.
I think Trent Brown's probably going to get traded, or they'll find something for Trent Brown. At worst case, he's the backup swing tackle, I guess. McGlinchey starts at right tackle, and we keep Joe Staley. We just gave him a raise, so we got Joe Staley for the next 2 years. And maybe in 2 years, McGlinchey moves over to left tackle, and we find a right tackle, and that's the future. So
Cardinals
it's all about
just traded up.
They're getting Rosen. Fuck.
Rosen.
Fuck.
Why didn't they? God.
What's up, Charles?
Hey guys.
Hey, Charles.
What the hell was that McGlinchey pick?
McGlinchey. You're as surprised as we are, huh?
They obviously don't believe in Trent Brown.
I thought they already extended him.
No.
Wow.
Nope. This is last year on his deal. Cardinals up to 10 now.
Yep.
Wow.
So this is going to be Rosen or Lamar Jackson, right?
It's got to be.
Probably.
Well, I know Lamar is your QB1, so.
Yeah, love him. I think. It sucks for his bank account, but I think Lamar is about to find himself in a pretty good situation here as a draft choice.
Okay, what do you think if he lands with New England?
I mean, it would hurt. Personally, I mean, obviously that's like the ideal landing spot for him because they're going to have stability as they move over from Belichick to McDaniels, and he's going to get that consistency that he needs to be effective. But how do you guys feel about McGlinchey? I just don't really know what to do with that one.
Yeah, I've been following it pretty closely. I didn't see it coming. I really didn't see it coming. When the reports for McGlinchey were coming out this last week, I really didn't believe it. I was hoping Quentin Nelson would fall to us. I would have been a lot more happy if we took Quentin Nelson playing guard, or when the way the draft was falling with Rosen there, I was really hoping that we were gonna kind of trade back, and it seems like the Cardinals are trading up with the Raiders. And I mean, if McGlinchey turns into the starting caliber tackle, even if it's right tackle, I mean, this is a passing league. You got to protect your $26 million quarterback or whatever we paid Jimmy Garoppolo. So if it turns out, I mean, I'm perfectly happy with the tackle, but it's definitely a surprise.
Yeah, I'm just happy that the Bears were able to get the best linebacker in their history as a franchise tonight. I mean, but it does kind of suck for you guys because Roquan was obviously who a lot of 49ers fans were hoping for. But I don't even know if he would have been the pick even if he was on the board, just because spending 2 first-round picks back-to-back on linebackers is kind of weird.
Well, I have this thing against taking linebackers in the top 10. I mean, I look at what you guys have done in Atlanta, what Jacksonville's done, what Seattle's done, even what the Chargers have done. They prioritize linebacker after the first round, and they've hit so many times that why not address the edge? Why not address your secondary? To me, those are the vital aspects that you need to address first.
Yeah, and at least the 49ers, they're in a spot where their secondary and linebacking core aren't completely barren. But, I thought they would have picked – not that offensive tackles aren't important because they are, obviously, but I just thought they would have picked someone a little bit more – high impact, I guess, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much effect a right tackle is going to have, at least, generally.
Well, if we give our quarterback some time, I think that's the point. And obviously with Trent Brown, he was great in pass protection, but, he was lacking in the run game, and they just signed Jerick McKinnon to a pretty hefty deal. So they want to run the rock, and Shanahan likes to run the rock to the right side. So he's going to need somebody who can get vertical or get horizontal in the run game. And Trent Brown just couldn't do that. I mean, there were times where Trent Brown was just an absolute mess in the run game. So the more I think about it, the more it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So where do you think your Falcons are going?
I think if Taven Bryan's there, I think they're going to take him.
What about Mo Hurst? I know we're hearing a lot of Mo Hurst in day 3 conversation. Do you think it's legit?
I don't think. I think Mo Hurst ends up on day 2. I just don't see. I don't see him falling on day 3. Just too much production and the athleticism. And then, the thing with his athleticism is like people made a big deal about it, but he's still tested as an above average athlete. So he's still a good athlete. He's still super productive. I don't think he's going to fall all the way to day 3. But the NFL is stupid about some of these smaller defensive tackles sometimes. So that was his medical is probably going to drop him to like round 3 maybe.
All right. Now, given that the 49ers passed on addressing their edge and addressing the secondary in the 2nd and 3rd rounds, what kind of prospects stand out to you that'd be a good fit for the scheme?
Josh Sweat from Florida State would be a good pick. I like Kamoko Toure from Rutgers. I think if you're just looking for just a straight up pure pass rusher, he's got some of the highest upside in the draft. I think those are 2 guys to look out for. Maybe if they're in a situation where a Marcus Davenport, if he falls down to their 1st, 2nd round pick, that'd be a perfect pick up for them. But they're just going to need someone who can kind of pair Solomon Thomas and bring you some more juice in the pass rush department as a whole.
Josh Rosen's official.
Oh, you sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Oakland.
I was hoping to see.
Honestly, it doesn't scare me. They don't have who do they have to throw to? Old ass Larry Fitzgerald.
So
Yeah.
Arizona gave up 15, 79, and 152 to move up to 10.
That's nothing.
Yeah, that's not a lot. And they got probably the best quarterback in the draft too.
So I'm guessing is Miami was going to take Rosen at 11 if he was there, so they had to jump up ahead of him.
I could see Miami looking at Lamar Jackson right here.
Yeah.
Apparently, Oakland wanted McGlinchey too, so that's why they were more willing to trade out.
That makes sense.
So we've seen 4 quarterbacks go in the top 10.
That's.
Do you think Rudolph goes in the first round?
Yep. I was just on with Matt Waldman for Football Guys at the Audible, and he was just saying that he had heard that if Mason Rudolph falls, that the Giants want to trade back into round 1 to snatch him up.
The
Yeah, I
Giants,
can see that.
And Minka Fitzpatrick falling out of the top 10. Derwin James too.
Green Bay has to be super happy right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting first round or top 10 where you only got 1 defensive lineman.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Nah, you go ahead.
I was going to say Tampa Bay's got to be sitting pretty because they could essentially have Minka or Derwin James fall to them, and all they had to move back. All they had to do is move back a couple spots.
Yeah, and they're going to have the choice for Harold Landry too if they want him.
It's going to be really curious to see how much confidence Miami has in Ryan Tannehill right now. You know, you do have Lamar Jackson on the board, but if you're confident in him, where do you go? Do you go someone, maybe Tremaine Edmonds comes off the board here?
Yeah, that makes sense but they do have a decent amount invested into a linebacker right now with Kiko Alonso and Raekwon McMillan, who they spent a second on last year. Maybe offensive guard makes sense. Maybe a guy like Isaiah Wynn or maybe even a Will Hernandez. I don't know, but they have a lot of needs, and I'm not sure whoever the pick is going to be like an immediate factor in them getting better next year, just because they're just kind of all over the place right now.
From a scheme fit, where do you think Lamar Jackson fits best?
I mean, if the Chargers, if Anthony Lynn can run what he ran in Buffalo with LA, then that would be such a good fit. And you know, what's interesting about the Chargers is you've seen them kind of get more athletic on the offensive line the past couple of seasons with adding guys like Forrest Lamp and Dan Feeney. So you kind of have the interior offensive line already in place to run like an up-tempo spread attack with Lamar Jackson. So I think that the Chargers would be a really, really good fit for him. If they feel he needs to sit, he's going to have Phillip Rivers at least for a year to kind of sit and learn behind, and then he can go in it and run that offense that Lynn ran with Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense in LA. You know, good transition from Phillip Rivers to Lamar Jackson. Yeah, and they're coming up, pick 17. Yeah, he could definitely be there.
Miami got Minka
Fitzpatrick to Miami. That's probably the last team before LA picks that would have taken Lamar Jackson.
Man, that's a really good pick. I like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Tampa's sitting on the clock with Derwin James staring them right in the face.
And they traded back too.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they wanted.
Just as draft day predicted.
Man, Harold Landry's fallen. I'm still reeling from the tackle pick, man. Mike McGlinchey. I didn't see it coming. My goodness. I thought he was going to fall down into maybe 18 at Seattle, maybe into the 20s.
All right, getting back to McGlinchey pick. Do you have any comps for him?
I don't know. I mean, I always thought McGlinchey was more of definitely not a top 10 player. I never really came up with a comparison for him, but maybe a guy like Ryan Schrader for the Falcons. He's a good right tackle. Not someone I would want to spend a top 10 pick on, but I think that kind of works.
Good.
I've heard some Taylor Lewan.
Taylor Lewan, that works too. Again, I think I'd rather have a top 5 pass rusher like Harold Landry than I don't know. I don't really get that pick. I didn't really think offensive tackle was such a huge need that you spent a top 10 pick on it, but they did.
Oh, what the hell?
What just happened?
Tampa Bay, someone's tweeted in what their pick would be.
Yeah, it's good.
Sorry, it's okay.
It's a Vita Vea.
Really?
Trevor Sikkema.
I missed
Trevor broke the news?
Trevor Sikkema.
Hell yeah. I love
What's
Trevor.
the pick?
It's a Vita Vea.
Oh, Vita. Wow.
Wow. What if you got to think Washington's going to go Derwin James.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense there at 13.
Yeah, because Vita Vea was Washington's guy.
Yep.
So I'm guessing that they're probably just going to go with Derwin here.
It reminds me of when Chicago took Leonard Floyd over right in front of the Giants, who really loved him. Like Washington was making it known that they wanted Vita Vea, and then just Tampa Bay just came in.
Yep, Trevor breaking the news.
Yeah.
I could also see Washington as a dark horse team for Harold Landry, but him opposite of Ryan Kerrigan. That'd be a nice little duo.
What are your thoughts on Landry, Charles? You see him dropping back this far? I was kind of surprised. I thought he was going to have a real chance of going to 9 to San Francisco.
I'm not really that surprised just because he was banged up last year, and we always see guys like sometimes who are banged up, they tend to fall. So I'm not really as surprised by it. I thought he would have been a great pick at 9, but again, with the injury last year, there's just a bit of projection there.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. His 2017 tape wasn't nearly as good as his 16, but with the way the NFL is, I mean, pass rushers kind of always get pushed up draft board. So I'm just kind of surprised he's dropping this far. I think he's going to go sometime in the next probably 5 picks.
Yeah, I mean, even Green Bay at 14 makes sense for me.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. Clay Matthews is really their best pass rusher, and he's probably my age.
Or Oakland at 15, because now that they've traded back, there's a lot of options still for him. But I got to run, guys. It's been good. Thanks for having me, but I got to get off real quick.
Cool, man. Hey, thanks for coming on, brother.
Yeah, good luck with McGlinchey.
Thanks. Wow, guys, McGlinchey. I might need another beer.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
That was really nice of Charles coming on. It's good to get his thoughts on things. Really trust his opinion for sure.
From this perspective, you really got to look at it from, hey, they want to protect Jimmy Garoppolo. You invest all this money, you make the offense based around him. You bring in Jerick McKinnon. Your head coach and your slash offensive coordinator specializes in the run game. McGlinchey is the best run blocking left, tackle in the entire draft. He's one of the better pass blocking tackles. They prioritize protecting Garoppolo. There's that adage, the 5 things: find your quarterback, protect your quarterback, support your quarterback, get after the quarterback, defend the quarterback. They wanted to protect the quarterback.
I wouldn't be surprised if it came down to those things where it was like, we got to protect the quarterback, we got to get after the quarterback. And they probably looked at McGlinchey and compared him to what they thought Harold Landry would be as a pass rusher and thought McGlinchey's going to have more impact on the team. He's going to protect our investment in our quarterback. If we give Jimmy Garoppolo time, we know that Kyle Shanahan can get guys open. And if we can get that run game going, then that makes the offense go that much better. And they probably thought that was going to have more of an impact than Harold Landry coming off the edge. And with the way that they've drafted the last couple of years with Solomon Thomas, obviously DeForest Buckner has played like an all-pro last season. So they could potentially get pass rush up the middle. Solomon Thomas is going to be playing the edge on base downs, and he's going to go inside in passing situations. So you're going to have Buckner and Solomon Thomas coming up the middle, and they think they could get a rotation on the outside, then that's fine. They obviously feel like McGlinchey's going to be the guy at right tackle probably this year. And then, once Joe Staley, rides off into the sunset, they'll move him to left tackle. And then there we go. We got our left tackle for the next 10 years. So hopefully that's the way they I'm sure they see it. If they take a guy at 9, that's the way they see it. So John Lynch gets paid more than we do. So I'm going to kind of trust his opinion on this one.
I think we also have to remember that most teams, they rush their best pass rusher off the left side of the defense, which is the right side of the offensive line. That's where teams are focusing their pass rush these days.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, Von Miller always comes off of that side. He always goes up against Trent Brown.
Von Miller, you look at anyone out of this cover 1, cover 3 scheme that the 49ers are running, which is also in Seattle, Atlanta, Jacksonville, and Los Angeles, their best pass rusher is rushing off of that side. They want to protect that side. They want to protect Garoppolo. Protecting Garoppolo is the biggest priority. It's obvious what they think, and they don't think Trent Brown is in their future. And I personally think Trent Brown is one of the best pass blocking tackles in the league, but you have to also pay him a ton of money because he's coming up. So that's why they made this pick, in my opinion. They had to have made this because they're thinking Trent Brown's going to move on or he's going to get traded. So
plus, we also can't forget that in free agency they just picked up an outside linebacker who already has more sacks than everybody else on the team has.
You talk about Jeremy Atachu.
They probably just think more of him than we all did, and he was really good until Bosa came in.
Let's not forget they paid Cassius Marsh as well. They obviously liked what he put on tape last year. So
I'm not saying any of those guys are the guy, but they probably just see them as enough of a Band-Aid where they don't need to worry about it.
And they could also move back up into the first round. Let's say Landry, for whatever reason, drops into the 20s, or Josh Sweat is there and they're really big fans. They could always move up. Lynch just made it known that he's willing to be aggressive. So
did I already missed Charles?
Yeah, you missed him.
Wow. Okay, this is Tony Pauline. He says, I'm told the reason the Niners took McGlinchey with the 9th pick in the draft is Trent Brown is terribly out of shape at minicamp, and they have reservations about him coming off of shoulder surgery.
Who said
that? There goes his trade value.
Tony Pauline.
No kidding. Yeah, that's not good. Like you were saying, there goes his trade value. If he's out of shape, what team's going to want to trade for a tackle who's out of shape? He's always been a big guy too.
And I mean, I've been saying this ever since we've started getting ready to cover the draft. He was a 7th round pick. Everything we've gotten out of him has been gravy on top.
For the last 2 fucking years about that guy.
Yeah. It's like, what the
Rich has been leading the charge on that one. So
yeah, no, he has for sure.
And think about it, he was not the pick of this administration. He wasn't their pick. They weren't beholden to him. They've only had 1 year. They've only had less than 1 year with him. He got injured towards the end of the year. His technique really went to shit.
Some of the more Some of the more laughable stuff in the run game was from Trent Brown, where the dude just didn't know which way to go. He was running into the right guard. He just was going the wrong way. You could tell that he was having problems in the run game. I mean, he was great in the pass game, which, I mean, obviously is important. But if you can't run to the right side because your right tackle is too big to run the outside zone, then that's a problem.
Yeah, he's god awful. There were several plays, like you just said, man. They were all going one way, and he went the other.
He just went
the other
way.
This. He went like that. I said to Hollywood, "Where'd he go?" Hollywood said, "Where'd you go?" That's what it reminds me of, man.
And, like you guys were saying earlier, if the plan really is to have Solomon Thomas at Leo on first and second downs, Harold Landry would have been in on third down, and then he would have been at a pretty, minute position over there at Sam on first and second down. So how much of an effect would he really have had?
Deron Payne to the Redskin.
Whoa, that's
Deron Payne.
That's different.
Who the hell is that?
Yeah,
Alabama.
That's from Draft Diamonds.
Wow.
What I've never even heard that name before. What position does he play?
He's a defensive tackle. Yeah.
Okay, so he's a tackle.
Yeah, he's actually. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Doug.
He was actually my DT1 in this draft. I did a scouting report kind of on Minkah Fitzpatrick, and what I kept noticing was that he had it really easy because the defensive line was always putting pressure. The quarterback was always having to roll out, make throws off balance, and that's kind of why Minkah got a lot of the plays that he did, and Deron Payne was the head of that. I really like Deron Payne. He might not have as high of a ceiling as Vita Vea does, but he's a real reliable pick right there.
Oh, wait, he's a defensive tackle?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and he's going to work with Jim Tomsula. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Jimmy Tomsula.
Oh, God.
Next to Jonathan Allen, who was also Deron Payne's teammate at Alabama.
I think Zach just came.
No, that was me farting like Jim Tomsula.
Jay Feely?
No, it was the chair, right? It was the chair.
When Tomsula does it, it could be either one.
Who remembers the Jay Feely thing?
Joan from Payroll, I think.
No, you don't know the Jay
James.
Feely thing?
Derwin James, Harold Landry, and Tremaine Edmonds are still on the board for Green Bay.
I would have to think they're taking Derwin James, because if they were targeting
New Orleans Saints are on the clock. They just moved up.
Oh my! If they moved up for Harold Landry, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Saints are on the clock. Wow. Yeah, I think Landry makes a whole lot of sense.
Or they could
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar.
Wow.
Wow.
What?
Charles is gonna be so pissed.
Yeah.
Are they
Could they be moving ahead of Baltimore and the Chargers to get Lamar Jackson?
Wow.
Oh, we didn't even get a chance to tell Charles that Mike McGlinchey is first cousin to Matt Ryan.
Oh, man. He'd have been so excited.
Jesus, the Saints gave up a lot.
What's the trade?
27, 147, and next year's first to come up to 14.
Holy
Next
shit.
year's first?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, they got to be thinking they're going to be picking in the 20s.
Yeah.
So Matt Miller just said it might be Marcus Davenport.
Oh, they're idiots.
Davenport. Wow.
Wow.
Why would you take him over Landry?
Why would you trade up? You could have easily had Josh Sweat at 27 and had better production. Eric Edholm is saying, I'm told the guys with the Saints have been scouting Lamar for a long time.
Man, Lamar would break Twitter right now if he went to the Saints.
I really hope it's Lamar.
Yeah, me too.
Wow, what if Edmonds ends up in Dallas? There was that report during the week that the Cowboys view him as the next Brian Urlacher, which makes sense. I mean, Marinelli runs the same defense, and he was a defensive coordinator for the last 4 years of Urlacher's career. Sorry, that was my dog.
I like how you're liking this pick, Rich. McGlinchey. I'm liking the positive vibes coming from your Twitter right now.
Somebody's got to have it.
Yeah.
Because everybody else is ready to jump off a cliff again.
Well, I mean, think about it. If they didn't believe in Trent Brown, they're going to have to rebuild 4/5 of that O-line after 2019. Yep. Richburg is the only O-lineman signed past 2019.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. If you get that tackle in there, we got the center locked down. Center is obviously an important position in Shanahan's offense, and tackles the next one. So, the pick makes a lot of sense.
I know there's been a lot of Austin Colbert talk to the 49ers. There is a really big possibility their first 2 picks are offensive linemen. I think we have to prepare ourselves for that.
It's one of those things where you could see the offense kind of. The entire team started to click, but the offense started to take a much bigger leap forward near the end of the season than the defense did. I have a feeling they're just expecting that defense to take a huge leap forward this next season.
Well, with the way the offense will keep them off the field, when you have somebody like DeForest Buckner and you got the secondary that I think that they're going to have with Colbert and Sherman and Ahkello Witherspoon, it can make a lot of sense that the defense is going to make a big jump next season.
Jeez, Green Bay made such a smart trade back.
Yeah, the Saints gave up a bunch.
To get their quarterback of the future.
Yeah, if it's Lamar.
Or their edge for now.
Cousin Sal just tweeted that the Browns have requested a do-over.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Saints.
I'm just thinking, think about it. This is a really strong interior offensive line class.
Devron just tweeted Davenport to the Saints.
And then he deleted it.
Who?
Turon?
Devron.
Oh.
I'm just saying, I think this might be a heavy offensive line draft for the 49ers.
No, that makes sense. You're right that there's only the one guy past 19 now too.
Well, and they paid a running back, so they obviously feel pretty good about the running game. And me and Rich have talked about this before. I'm pretty sure that the team looks at their wide receiver core a lot better than a lot of the fans do. I think they're real happy with where their wide receiver core is. And like you were saying, Kevin, they probably look at the defense and are pretty happy with it and feel like offensive tackle is going to make the biggest impact on the team. So, yeah, the Niners were having reservations about Trent Brown coming off his surgery as well. Can't forget he had shoulder surgery.
So Jeff Howe just said Davenport.
Wow, they traded that much for Davenport, 2 first-round picks.
That doesn't make sense.
That's a huge gamble with that guy.
Yeah.
So they basically traded up for a major project, probably the biggest project from the edge position in the entire class. The guy has no production against any Power 5 competition. Once you negate his strength, he is done.
Yeah.
And instead of taking the best edge pass rusher in the entire class, which is Harold Landry, you take...
They're going to ruin all that work they did last year with the great draft by
They gave up their
taking Davenport.
first-round pick next year for Davenport.
Yep.
I'm tweeting out my Glinchy joke because I got to now.
So that puts Oakland on the clock here.
Derwin
There's
James
gotta
and
be
Harold
Edmonds,
Landry.
right?
It's got to be
they,
Derwin.
Who's on the clock now?
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if
Raiders.
it's Isaiah Wynn either.
Isaiah Wynn makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
or they could also take a right tackle.
Or Connor Williams is still there.
Yeah.
Receiver too. There hasn't been a receiver taken yet. Calvin Ridley, Cortland Sutton. So we got Oakland, Baltimore, Chargers.
You guys are up next. Sorry, my father-in-law is a huge Oakland Raider fan.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah. We won't hold him against him.
They really took Davenport. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, that's official. It's official.
God, they could get a deal. Like, they could probably get a deal if they wanted to move back up because everybody's trying to trade back down.
See, but here's the thing. You make that kind of trade up when you're giving next year's first for a quarterback. You don't do it.
God.
No, but I'm saying like Seattle's trying to trade back. Detroit's trying to trade back. If they wanted Landry, they could probably get him.
Lamar Jackson could end up with the Chargers, and the Chargers could end up having potentially the best quarterback in the entire class.
Seattle's trying to move back. Detroit's trying to move back. Atlanta's trying to come up. That's from Schefter.
If I'm the 49ers, I possibly think about coming up.
What's it going to take to move up, though? I mean, they got a late second-round pick. We don't have that early pick. That's the Garoppolo.
Unless they're willing to give up their 2/3 and maybe a pick next year.
Man, that's a lot.
Uh-huh.
Are they going to trust their scouts? I mean, look at how many successful players they found late in the draft. They probably covet those late round picks.
I'm hoping Seattle trades back because I do not want Harold Landry to end up in Seattle. I think that would be my worst nightmare. Man.
Davenport, man, that Davenport pick is just
they are
bonkers.
dumb.
Yeah, that's
so dumb.
That's a bad pick.
Apparently, Jeff Ireland, who was the former general manager of Miami, has a large amount of clout. So I wonder if this is him pushing for this.
Jeff Ireland, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree in calling him the TJ Watt of this draft class.
Well, no. TJ Watt was far more refined as a pass rusher. Far more.
Who'd they compare him to?
Daniil Hunter. But I mean, Scott just brought up the TJ Watt comparison.
I mean, if you're going to compare anybody to TJ Watt, it would have to be Sweat.
Potentially, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Marcus Davenport is nowhere near as clean as TJ Watt was coming out.
You're going to have to work so much with him. Jeez. Just when I was ready to say the Saints are back on their way to being one of the better organizations.
Believe the Saints just made another NFC West or another NFC rival better, man.
Yeah.
Ugh.
They are fucking dumb.
Looks like the pick's in for the Raiders.
They got to be so happy right now.
Packers are going to have the 27th and 32nd pick next
Colton Miller to the Raiders.
Colton Miller.
What the
What is going on? What is going on?
Yes!
John Middlecoff just said Colton Miller to the Raiders.
Look, I'm a UCLA fan. There's no way in hell I would take Colton Miller any round of the draft.
Sean Cunningham just agreed. Colton Miller. Oh my God.
Wow.
He's fucking scared, man.
He's gonna get Derek Carr killed. I am literally scared for Derek Carr.
Gosh.
Oh, God. Who the fuck did Tom Cable pay?
In the Bay.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're right. Tom Cable is the offensive line coach. This is the most Tom Cable pick ever.
What the fuck is Gruden doing?
That is such a Tom Cable pick right there. Wow. Oh my
Derwin
goodness.
James is still on the board, and you take Colton Miller.
Oh gosh. Harold Landry is sitting there.
You don't even take Connor Williams. Okay. Out of all the fucking people. I'm too sober for
Scott looked like he just
I
went
just
through
got
a
another
Switch
beer. Have
Engage
another one,
concert or
Scott.
something.
I've seen some things, man. Good band choice. I'll get, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, like that. That's
I'm
what
I'm
I
alre-
look like through,
I'm very heavily thinking of going to Sacramento for Aftershock to see System of a Down.
Oh yeah, I saw them years ago. They're awesome. It was a System of a Down's, Deftones, Stone Sour show. It was amazing.
Oh, me and Richard thinking so much alike. We treated the same damn thing.
Oh man, the Raiders.
Oh, Akash just made a good point. Derwin's going to Seattle, isn't he?
Oh, he replaces Chancellor in that defense.
Shit, yeah.
Oh fuck.
Derwin to Seattle.
They got to try and trade up. I mean, you can't allow that.
The Ravens and Chargers got a chance of taking Derwin. My goodness. What are the Raiders or the Ravens going to do here?
You know, before they signed every wide receiver that was ever available, I thought they might go Calvin Ridley. But I mean, they got Crabtree, they got Willie Snead.
Watch Ridley go to 23 Patriots.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah. That would be.
No.
That's a real Patriots pick.
They get Calvin Ridley at 23, and then they get Lamar Jackson at 31. Because that's the way that things are going to end up for the Patriots. Like
It always, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Jesus, the Raiders. God. They are going to win like 3 games next year.
Viva Las Vegas.
Look at the Raider fans just cheering the oh, dear Lord.
Are they excited?
Yeah.
About...
Oh, my God, you're going to get him killed.
I mean, this is totally John Gruden channeling Al Davis, right? I mean, you
Buffalo,
take the
Buffalo just
wait.
Buffalo
just
at
traded
16.
Up?
Yeah, Buffalo just traded up.
Wait, are they getting Landry?
Oh God.
So I'd be okay with it because it's an AFC team, but
Ravens move back to 22.
Or unless they're moving up for Calvin Ridley.
I can see that.
To give their quarterback a wide receiver to work with.
I don't know. All I can think of is that Niner Raider game is going to be fun.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be sick.
I can already see the balance of power shifting.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Dude, why do you have one of those?
Why not?
What is it? What was it?
He has the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh gosh.
Infant titty.
Infant titty.
Okay.
Bills traded up again.
Yeah.
Bills gave them 22 and 96.
So there's a late third.
Yeah.
Possible Tremaine Edmonds here.
Well, they don't they have like 3 third-round picks?
The Bills?
Yeah, because I think they have 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and 3 thirds.
Mike Clay just said they're trading up for Edmonds, most likely.
That's what Alex Barbez just said as well.
Say what?
The Bills trade was to get Albert Breer.
Yep.
Breer is saying it's Edmonds.
Wow.
LA's
Which
on
one
the
of
clock
most
with
49er fans are going to go, man, we could have got Tremaine Edmonds, man.
So in Colton Miller's first year, he's going to have to do Von Miller, Bradley Chubb, Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram, and Justin Houston. Fuck that.
Oh, man.
Can we send our thoughts and prayers to Colton Miller right now?
No, we'll send them to Derek Carr.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Derek Carr needs some more.
Well, plus they've got to face 49ers too.
Oh yeah.
The reason Rosen got hurt was because of a missed assignment by Colton Miller. I cannot point that out enough.
Edmonds.
It is Edmonds.
Who is it?
Yeah, it looks like it's Edmonds.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is funny.
So Bill's got Josh Allen and Tremaine Edmonds.
Honestly, if Seattle's smart, they would take Wynn.
It might take Landry.
I mean, they can't have a defensive line of nothing but edges.
They can try.
I mean, if they want to be on YouTube,
Bills took
RedTube.
Tremaine Edmonds.
Yep, that's official.
Okay, what pick was that? 17?
16.
16? Total.
Yeah.
16 is totally fine for Tremaine Edmonds. Like all of that top 10.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. 16 is a good spot for him.
What if Derwin James goes to the Chargers?
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Yeah.
Because they have the cornerbacks, they have the defensive line.
You know, Baltimore is still ahead of New England. They still could take Lamar Jackson. They're 22, I think it would be.
You know, it's weird. I saw a lot of Colton Miller to New England, so I'm sure deep down inside they got to be happy.
And a friend of the website, Nick, just said the 49ers pick looks better by the second. All of these trades are bewildering.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Then again, I could have traded back a couple spots.
And they're really with some of these some of the values they're getting on these trades, they could easily trade back up.
Maybe include Trent Brown there, save one of the picks you'd have to trade.
Or Eric Armstead or Jimmy Ward, potentially.
I'm telling you, New England doesn't have a starting offensive tackle on either side. They could use them.
Connor Williams, yeah.
They could use Trent Brown. Shit.
Yeah.
Good point.
Does anybody know that Tremaine Edmonds is 19 years old? I feel like nobody's saying that at all.
Wait, what?
Tweet it out.
Why wasn't that on his tape?
You would think somebody would have mentioned that.
Oh, man.
I don't know. Maybe nobody said it because Joe Fan didn't write about it, and so somebody else couldn't copy him.
Damn.
Why? What happened? Oh, yeah. Sorry. So Jonah Tolles, who does a lot of work with NDT Scouting, he gave out the big board rankings for McGlinchey and Colton Miller. So so Kyle Krabs had him 11th, Joe Marino had him 13th, John Ledger had him 15th, Jonah Tolles had him 34th, and Benjamin Solak had him 106th. Colton Miller, Krabs had him 84, Marino had him 52, Ledger had him 121, Jonah Tolles had him 129, Solak had him 77.
Okay, Solak.
Man.
Yeah, Solak was the only one that really didn't like McGlinchey and loved, apparently, Colton Miller.
Chargers still on the clock. I feel like Derwin James is coming off the board right now.
To Seattle.
One pick before Seattle, hopefully.
No, but there's all that talk about the Seattle Seahawks doing work on these quarterbacks.
Please.
No, I'm just throwing bullshit out there.
Hi, Mark.
Oh, man.
Mark watching us. Hey, buddy.
He's trying to. There's a little bit of a delay of the stream getting over the wall in Mexico.
Really got to jump over that thing.
It's tough for electricity.
Oh, it looks like Derwin James is going to the Chargers.
All right, there you go. Suck at Seattle. But Harold Landry's still sitting there for him.
It looks like Albert Beer saying, see, they might go offensive line.
Isaiah Wynn.
Connor Williams.
Frank Ragnow, maybe? Is he going to
that's a
sneak
good
up
one,
this
yeah.
high?
Oh.
James Daniels.
I think Seattle likes to do too much power running to get James Daniels.
Yeah,
I
that's a
think,
good point. Yeah.
I think they'd be more in the in the market for Billy Price or Frank Ragnow if they were going interior.
Yeah, now Alex Marvez is saying, don't be surprised if Derwin James hits the Chargers.
Yeah, he's been on every pick so far.
It's funny how they don't be surprised, and it's really the pick. They're just trying to do it so that way they don't get called out for tipping the picks.
They don't want to tip it, exactly.
So do you think we see the 49ers trade up, or do you think they're just going to stand pat?
I feel like they're going to stand. I feel like if they do trade up, it's probably going to be into the second.
I just keep on looking at that second New England pick.
Yeah.
New England loves to trade out.
Well, and they could covet getting that fifth-year option too. You know, you trade up to the top of the first round, you get that option for the 5th year.
Now, I'm just throwing this out there because it does fit 2 needs for Detroit. What if we did Armstead, Brown, and our second up to Detroit right now?
I'd do that in a heartbeat.
I mean, it fits 2 needs for Detroit, getting a tackle and a solid defensive lineman. Plus, they get another relatively high pick and having it be a second rounder. Maybe that's enough. Some of these trades are pretty low value.
I mean, Detroit's going to run more of a 3-4, kind of a hybrid 3-4 under what's his name?
Patricia.
Yeah, Patricia. Yeah. So you wonder if Armstead is a fit there.
Somebody dug up an old tweet of Colton Miller's. He would have been right at home with Jack Del Rio. Hashtag Obama, not my president.
Dude, what if the Seahawks take Landry?
I feel like that's the pick, man.
I mean, that's how it fell in the mock that Mason and I did the other day.
Or they take Josh Jackson.
Derwin James is official.
Did you see Matt Mayoko's tweet? It turns out that the coin toss in Indy was pretty big. The 49ers selected tackle Mike McGlinchey on 1 spot ahead of the Raiders. Oakland traded down and picked to tackle Colton Miller.
They probably wanted McGlinchey at 10.
Say that again.
They probably wanted McGlinchey there at 10. And,
oh, yeah.
What, you don't want to hear what I'm saying? Come on.
No, I heard you.
You know what? I got a dark horse here for Seattle at 18. What if they go Darius Geis? They have that power running game.
Yeah.
They haven't had a running back since Marshawn Lynch, and Darius Geis is the best power back.
Seahawks are closing in on a trade with the Packers.
Oh, they're going to come up for Landry.
That's from Rappaport.
Damn it. Well, it makes sense. Gutekunst and Snyder are close, apparently.
Yeah, I'm sure they work together in Green Bay.
I'm glad nobody saw that.
I saw it.
Brian Kelly tweeting nice things about McGlinchey. Never did that for Kaiser.
Well, that's a good sign, at least. That's something. Kevin's dog's excited about it.
Yep.
Come on, Seattle. Fuck this up.
Well, the Packers are trading up.
Yep. NFL Network has it official. They traded up.
Yeah, that's official. So they're going to go back to, what, 27?
Okay, Albright saying that the Browns nailed their draft.
Well, he has to be 100% right all the time.
Seahawks got a 3rd and 6.
Come here. Guys, this is my wife, Emily. Say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
I I didn't know he was on camera. Bye.
At least his clothes were on.
You don't want to know.
So this is how we move to RedTube.
Catch the after party on Pornhub.
So the Seahawks got a 3rd and a 6th to move down 7 spots.
They got what now?
3rd and a 6th from Green Bay.
It's not too bad.
And they're thinking maybe they trade up for Ridley.
Wow.
That's different.
They need another receiver for Rodgers. Are we talking about Packers?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got rid of Jordy.
And then they're probably going to end up getting rid of Cobb soon.
Randall Cobb,
Yeah.
And it makes sense trading ahead of Dallas, who could have really used a receiver now that they got rid of Des Bryant.
And they're probably jumping in front of Baltimore, who also needed a receiver.
Yeah, that's a good point. Baltimore probably would have taken Ridley if he was sitting there at 22.
I wouldn't rule out Jasicki either. They're kind of lacking some size.
Well, Green Bay just got Jimmy Graham.
Oh shit, they did, huh? Never mind.
Yeah.
I'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah, damn it,
Oh, dude,
Scott.
Colton Miller deleted that tweet.
What's that, Rich?
Colton Miller deleted that tweet.
Oh, did he the one?
The Obama's not my president?
Oh, did you screen cap it?
No.
Somebody did.
Fuck, somebody had
someone
to.
had to.
I think I still can.
All right.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah,
Nice.
good man. Good man.
Tweet that shit out.
What's his?
Packers got 18 and 248 for 27, 76, and 186. That's the official trade.
John Ledger, if the Saints gave up next year's first for Davenport, I will die, laughing my ass off. And then he quote tweeted himself, confirming that I am now deceased. Oh,
Bro, dude, Lamar Jackson.
Jair Alexander to the Packers.
Jair?
Yeah.
Who?
That's Alex Marvez is reporting that.
Okay.
So I'm tweeting at Colton Miller. Just like your shitty blocking, everything gets through on the internet.
I didn't say tweet at him.
I don't mind tweeting at him. I don't give a fuck.
He's not playing for your team.
Oh, yeah, Marvez had the don't be surprised Jair Alexander.
Oh, Scott.
So is anybody actually watching us, or are we just kind of chilling out?
Oh yeah, we've been floating between 6 viewers and 15, somewhere in there.
Oh, I've got it up in like 8 screens.
So we're just chatting.
I'm watching the chat on like 9 different screens here.
Oh, Mark is watching.
Nice. Hey, Mark.
Who?
Mark Sands.
Where? I don't see him.
He told Scott that he's watching it.
He's watching it.
Yeah. He's taking care of his daughter while watching.
Yep, in Rapport confirmed Jair Alexander.
Oh, man.
Hey, how long are we gonna be on tonight? I gotta go do some actual work.
Oh, dude, if you want to get off now, then by all means. We'll probably be here through the end of the first.
Oh, that's fine. I'll be back in a little while.
So my buddy that's at the Patriots draft party, when I asked him how he felt about Colton Miller being off the board way before New England picks, he said he was surprised, but he doesn't think they're going tackle in the first. He could see them going tackle in second or third, but he thinks they're going to go defense early. Or Lamar.
I could see Harold Landry ending up in New England.
Oh, that's New England's luck that Harold Landry would go to them way late in the first round.
Like I'm if he ends up in the AFC, I'd be happy. I just don't want him sacking Garoppolo and throwing that in my face. Twice
That's
a year.
fair.
Better than what else you would throw in your face.
Yeah, no, right?
Well, I mean, if he goes to New England, we're going to face him in the Super Bowl, so.
There you go.
It's meant to be.
Oh, come on, trade up for him. I wish I could wear a suit that good.
Kevin, shut the fuck up. I saw you at your wedding.
Yeah. I had a nice bow tie on, too.
You look better on the floor.
Ah.
Dallas going to take Landry here?
What?
I hope Dallas takes Cortland Sutton. That would make me so happy.
Rashaan Evans. I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there.
Des Bryant is tweeting about if the Cowboys go with wide receiver. Good for him. Unleash all the petty.
We're here for the pettiness.
There's another Colton Miller tweet. Trump is actually making sense.
Oh,
these are just getting funny now.
Especially in Oakland. How the fuck is that going to...
Well, Del Rio was the same way.
Yeah, but he's
fired.
Yeah. Okay. So we're up on Dallas. Dallas
sucks.
Thank you.
Confirmed.
Surprised they didn't move up for Edmonds.
Well, I mean, they still could go Van Der Esch, maybe.
Van Der Esch is another one that they could go.
No, DeMarcus Lawrence is only on the 5th-year deal. They never re-signed him, right?
No, they're looking to extend him. Yeah.
So then maybe they do go Landry. I mean, he's way better than DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah, but it looks like they're willing to pay him.
I wouldn't be.
Now we got to sit through Dion and Michael Irvin on the stage.
Gosh, I'm glad I'm not watching any. Dion really likes to hear himself talk. Sharks game's about to start, by the way.
Yeah.
Man. No tip on what Dallas is doing here.
Uh-huh.
It's quiet.
Lockham Forest says if Dallas goes for a wide receiver, it would be Ridley.
Unfortunately, that'd be smart for them.
Yeah, probably
And they
would
don't do things that are smart.
Okay, can we talk about how the DA is going to continue with the case even with the recanted testimony?
Yeah, that's interesting.
It doesn't make sense.
It sounds like the DA had all that information and still wanted to go after it. And I mean, I don't really know, but it sounds like people that live in that area are talking about how the DA likes to do stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Look, this has been my assertion from the beginning. It really wasn't based on Reuben Foster or the facts of the case. I'm just someone that has no faith in the legal justice system, no faith in their ability to actually try domestic violence cases. They literally have to bang it over the head. There has to be 100% clear-cut evidence that someone did it for them to be able to convict. I mean, think about the kid from Stanford. Think about Greg Hardy. Those guys were convicted, and yet they never really spent a day in jail. And you have all these cases that go through.
Leighton Vander Esch.
Leighton Vander Esch, there you go. So you have all these cases. So I have no faith in them to be able to do their job. They're corrupt. They're biased. They have no idea what they're doing. So when I hear, you know, his ex-girlfriend saying that she has evidence that proves that he didn't do a single thing to her, it doesn't surprise me because I don't have much faith in the legal justice system anyways.
Yeah, it's just, you know, if it's true that, you know, Reuben didn't do any of this, it's just a bummer that his name got kind of dragged through the mud, you know.
If I were him, I would sue.
Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed because I mean, it's been months of people saying, you know, just terrible things about Reuben and just jumping to conclusions, and you know, I can see where a lot of people are coming from, where people are saying, and I was one of those guys talking about if the team, when this first came out, if the team would have cut him, I wouldn't have been. I mean, I would have been upset about it, but I wouldn't have held it against them because it's a pattern of behavior with Reuben Foster, and it started at the combine. It started with getting caught with marijuana in Alabama, and you know, it goes to this. And obviously, if it's proven that he didn't do this, that's great news, and you know, I'm happy that this didn't happen. But if it did happen, I think it's an instant cut, just like John Lynch said. And but whether it is true or not, it's a pattern of behavior with Reuben Foster, and it's something to keep an eye on.
The one thing that concerns me is that the initial report that came out that we all heard about was that a neighbor witnessed Reuben Foster removing this woman from his house.
Wait, so we just have a trade. The Steelers have traded Martavis Bryant to the Raiders for the 3rd round pick.
Whoa.
That's all it took?
Wow. Yeah.
3rd rounder. Okay.
Wow. I thought it was taking more than that to get Martavis out of there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sorry, Zach, please go ahead.
So my only thought was when the charges first came out, all we heard was that a neighbor witnessed Reuben Foster removing this woman from his house. So we know that the injuries allegedly are now sustained at the hands of this other woman. And then she came to Reuben and said, you know, if you break up with me, I'm going to ruin your career, blah, 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 all this. But we still don't have the idea of what happened when Reuben removed her from his home. That is why I think the DA is still holding the charges out there, because maybe that is saying something. Maybe he did something wrong in that aspect of the case.
No, I mean, that's definitely within the realm of kind of their, let's say they're coming at it from a very kind of, we still want to make sure that, you know, that everything was up on, you know, the up and up, and he didn't hurt her at all. I can understand it from that perspective, but that's assuming that they're coming at it from, hey, let's protect the victim, as opposed to let's send a message.
Right.
And I think there's two different kinds of ways of looking at it. They could easily be saying, okay, even though she recanted, even though there's evidence to say otherwise, we're gonna send a clear message. And I think that's
absolutely true.
Yeah, and that's why I think he could sue, because he could say that you tried to ruin my life, you tried to ruin my career, you tried to stop me from earning money because if if these charges go forward, might get cut. I may never get signed by another team. I may never be able to make the kind of money that I would be making, in the years that I've developed my profession. So his entire career, his entire livelihood is at stake. So if none of these charges end up being true, I would end up suing based on that to send a message of myself that you tried to ruin my life. Now I'm going to get back at you by suing you. Now, if he did do it, then the district attorney has every right to go forward. But I kind of get the feeling that if there is actual evidence and she has the video to prove that it was a fight with another woman that caused these injuries, and all he really did was remove her from the house, then I really think all charges, the domestic violence are going to get dropped. Charges are going to get dropped. The NFL obviously doesn't give a shit about the semi-automatics, and they probably don't give a shit about the misdemeanor weed charge. So I think maybe he, at the end of it, I think best case scenario, he serves a 1 or 2 game suspension.
Well, my understanding is the gun he has is a legal gun. He just didn't register it in California.
Yeah. That's the other thing is, that it was registered in Alabama, which if true, and he can prove that it was a registered weapon in a state, then he can just feign ignorance, and they'll probably just, they'll probably plead it down to a misdemeanor, and all he has to do is pay a fine. And the league isn't going to give a shit about that. He didn't use the weapon, in a crime, if all the charges are dropped, so they're not going to care. They might just give him 1 or 2 game suspension for the little bit of weed that he had.
Yeah, I could see him just getting a couple of games.
And I think everyone, and then plus in 6 months, who's really going to give a damn if these charges get dropped? No one's going to talk about it again. Wow. 3 linebackers in the first round.
Lions are on the clock.
Oof.
Rich is back.
Yo, the Raiders traded a 3rd-round pick for Martavis Bryant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck are they doing?
Wait, who? The Raiders or the Steelers?
No, the Raiders.
Man, and Harold Landry is still sitting there at 20.
How crazy would that be if he fell out of the first round and right into the 49ers' lap tomorrow?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Okay.
You know what? I could definitely see them trading back up if he's still there.
So this is what Rappaport, or no, I think it was Schefter. Oakland picked up an additional 3rd and a 5th from the Cardinals when they moved up for Josh Rosen. Now the Raiders are using one of those picks to trade for Martavis Bryant.
They took Colton Miller.
Let's not forget that.
So how are you going to get Martavis Bryant the ball when Derek Carr is on the floor because Colton Miller missed his assignment again and again and again?
Well, we all know that Colton Miller can block for the 4 seconds it will take for Martavis Bryant to get open. So it's going to work out perfectly.
Let's go Knights.
Boo.
They scored again, didn't they?
God damn it.
Oh, how's it feel?
Hey, it happens. Yeah. I don't know. You let me know. What's it like to lose game 1?
I don't know.
Can't remember.
Vegas is winning the cup this year, man.
Yeah, they got a good team.
Taking advantage of stupid-ass GMs fucking doing a lot of cap casualties in order to get underneath the cap. Fucking idiots.
Yeah, that expansion draft was bullshit.
Yeah, they had no way they're going to let that happen to Seattle. Good for Vegas to build up the fan base, but they
Wait,
need to
what?
change that.
Wait,
come on, Jones has got to stop that.
This is what Mocking the Draft, Dan Kadar Detroit continues the draft sabotage. 1 pick in front of Cincy. Who are they taking? Offensive lineman?
Pick is in for Detroit.
I don't think it's Harold Landry because I know Cincy wasn't looking at him.
Frank Ragnow.
Offensive lineman, Frank. Wow.
There it is.
Well, I mean, since it could always go Connor Williams or James Daniels or
Billy Price.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not really – I don't think the delta between Ragnow and Billy Price is all that much. Billy Price might even be better.
Yeah.
So –
I mean, Baltimore could end up taking one of these centers as well. I mean, they just lost their center to Tampa Bay.
Lamar Jackson.
There was talk about James Daniels going all the way up to Baltimore at 16, and he's still there for them at 22.
You think Cincy goes Lamar Jackson?
No, I was saying Ravens.
Oh, Ravens.
Could be Cincy though. I feel like Ravens have a better chance than Cincy, but. Shoot, ain't the red rifle, the beige water pistol.
Since he might be a dark horse for a tight end too.
God damn it!
Because Tyler Eifert is pretty much never played for them.
Yeah, that dude's always hurt.
So maybe they jump in and get someone like Gesicki or Goddard before.
What if I say a win falls to the Patriots?
They're going to get Lamar without trading up, aren't they?
Who, the Patriots? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gross, too.
Because the one weakness in Lamar Jackson's game is those intermediate throws. And what does New England throw better than anybody else? If anybody's going to teach him how to throw those intermediate passes, it's New England.
But he's pretty good deep too, just not last season. But he can throw that. But Josh McDaniel, he'll know what to do with him. That's just gross to me if that happens. Who did the Lions take?
Ragnow.
Yeah, Ragnow. Wow, they're up 3-0 now.
Yeah, I saw.
I think the Ducks switched with the Sharks.
I think so, yeah.
We're on the golf course waiting for you. Happen in about 8 days. Maybe the Sharks will win one game.
Well, NFL Shop just sent out an email for the 49ers draft pick. So if you want your Mike McGlinchey jersey, now's the time to go get it.
Nike Elite with the fly knit or no?
Oh, yeah. All the bells and whistles.
I might have to call it soon here, boys.
All right, no worries. Oh, man. Well, for those who've been with us, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Letting us shoot the shit.
Billy Price is Cincinnati.
Yep.
Wow. Isaiah Wynn still there.
Oh, what if Isaiah Wynn falls to the Seahawks?
Oh,
Well, no,
yeah,
the Falcons could probably end up taking him.
Shoot, Pats might even take him at 23.
Yeah.
All right, boys. I think I'm going to call it a night.
All right.
It's been fun. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Whoever's still out there, appreciate it.
You guys everyone have a good night and good rest of the draft.
You guys calling it or all you?
Yeah,
or what?
we're calling it.
All right, man. It's good talking to you.
All right, guys.
Better.
Take it easy.
You guys
Good night, guys.
Later.